All right, everybody, just want to hammer home a couple points on that riders meeting before we get rolling. First of all, everybody, riders and parents, please pay attention to your moto number and have your rider up there 20 to 25 motos before the actual moto number. So say your rider moto 28, when you see right the time you see moto 8, if not a little earlier, have your kids head up here as soon as possible. We don't want to have to call for anybody too many times. We want races to run as smooth as possible. Second of all, if you guys see your riders go down on the track, we know it's never easy. Please do not hop the fence and run out here. We have corner officials stationed in every corner. I'm out here on the track. We have a 30-foot official out here on the track. We will get to your kids as soon as possible, and if we need you parents, we will call for you guys. Last and certainly not least, coming out of the starting gate, we tell everybody this, from the gate to the 30-foot line, that white line, it is illegal to intentionally impede another rider. That is to intentionally move over and try to shut somebody down before that white line. Same rule applies coming out of turn 3 over that tabletop all the way to the finish line. So gate to white line and exit of turn 3 all the way to the finish line. It is illegal to impede another rider within the zones. And if I could ask everybody to please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, all right. The gate is down on balance bikes. Motos 1 and 2 here on track. Let's see how many of them we got. Got 5, 6. I can only count to 4. Okay. Okay, sitting grab up the 1 spot. 490 bike sitting back to a 3. That's Oliver Mitchell. Out of the Kansas side, got no number plate on the 2 spot. There you go, 1, 2, and 3, followed by the 931 of Morgan back to the 4 spot. Once again, they're going to run to half track round number 1. Then we'll get them back up there again for round 2. They're going to go all the way to the stripe.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Man, we got to get Addison on a pedal bike. She's winning too much on the balance bike, man. She's got to be, what, 75-0 on the balance bike at this point? At least, right? Shoot, we're probably 2 years now of her winning pretty much everything. 215 bike Addie Smiling, it's going to go down the 2 straightaway in the lead, followed up by the 573 bike of Grayson back to the 2 spot. They're going to go 1-2 all the way back to half track, followed up by the 764 and the 731. That is Lincoln Rao and Lincoln Hall outrunning 2-3. 3-4, I'm sorry. Count to 4, I can. The music selection is always good for the balance bikes. Thanks to Mr. Track Operator Ben Harves up there. Always coming up with new and innovative ways to spice up race nights. Also a big old shout out. Been shouting out a couple of our sponsors who are out here tonight. Obviously, once again, On Two Wheels is out there between the ball fields. They're out there with all your bike part gear and accessory needs. They got helmets, they got protective gear, they got jerseys and pants, they got clip shoes, they got bikes, they got bike parts, tools, they got it all. Also got Kona Ice sitting out there in the parking lot. They're still out there running business, going to have snow cones going on out there for most of the night. And we got a little bit of photography going on out here on the 2 straightaway as well. Zach Holly with ZH Photography out here on the 1st straightaway. Got a handful of track sponsors out in full show tonight. I believe this is the last rack of balance bike riders coming all the way back at us. Last of round number 1. Oh, 293 sitting out front right now. Maverick Gare's doing it out of Blue Springs, Missouri. Going to come all the way back to the line, grab with the 1 on that one, followed by Grant Perrier back to the 2 spot. 65 bike sitting back to the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Oh, no, you're not going the whole way just yet. Second lap. Oh, I thought we had a clear leader, and then 4 of them bottled up right here. I'm not sure who crossed the line first. That'll do it for round number 1 of balance bikes. We're going to get these first couple of motos back up there. Once again, they're going to go the entire track.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, they're going all the way around the track on this one. Moto number 1
Attention.
is coming out of turn number 2 all the way back at me. They're going to go all the way to the stripe on this one, get their trophies at the line.
Ready, watch the gate.
And once again, everybody, a little shout out. We mentioned it last week. Want to hammer it home once again. We have upgraded our live feed significantly from where we were at a couple of years ago. Around the COVID years, we were just doing an iPad, had somebody up there manning it constantly. We would live stream on Facebook, manually naming the events. Wasn't the highest quality thing in the world, but it was a live stream.
Attention.
Then we upgraded it to a couple of GoPros last year, had a view of the entire track, had it running by itself, still didn't look quite as good as we wanted it to. We have recently upgraded to a couple of really nice higher quality video cameras, and we are also live streaming on Facebook and YouTube now. So at Blue Springs BMX on YouTube and on Facebook, we are live streaming all of our events. We got a little moto counter up on there now, not to mention the video just a whole lot smoother, looks a whole lot nicer as a whole. Just wanted to mention that because those guys mainly up there in the tower put a whole lot of work into this. Mr. Justin Penny put a whole lot of work into this. Turn our attention over to the undefeated champion, Addie Smilehead, trying to grab up the one spot out of her moto, getting their trophies at the line. This is moto 2 and 4, 3 and 4 balance bikes.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Whoa, there's so many balance bikes on track, I don't know what to do. Everywhere. Sawyer to staging, please. Sawyer Penny, head on up to staging, please. Sawyer Penny, head on up to staging. We get the last of our balance bikes out here. Corner officials to their spots. Got everybody out there and ready to roll. Last of the balance bikes coming over here across the line. Let them get loud for you, ladies and gentlemen. Whole lot of balance bikes. I believe we had 6 or 7 racks of them on a Friday night. You love to see it. Future of the sport. You want to chase me, bud? You want to race all the way to me? I bet I can run faster than you can. Oh, now I got myself into a race, didn't I? Somebody give me Motivator of the Year. Yeah, right as Dad says to me on the radio, hey, don't fall over. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh no. Money opens, get hyped up, everybody. Got 8 and under, 9 to 12, and 13 over. Got a whole lot of money opens tonight. We're going to narrow it down to 3 main events. They're going to race for some money.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bam, gate goes down on motor number 7, 8 and under open. 7 riders coming all the way back at me, taking 3 on out to a main event. They're racing for $17.50 to the winner tonight. Got the Golden Boy, Graham Little, Emmett Hall, Jackson Bowie, Jackson Smileage, T-Bone Moorhead, Slow Mo, Brody Dotson, and Austin Miller. Pretty good shot out of Bowie on the inside line. The freight train going to lead him in and out turn number 2. Got the Golden Boy sitting right there in tow, followed up by T-Bone back to the 3 spot. Emmett Hall on the outside looking in, doing a little bit of shopping to see if he can get on into a main event. But all the way back at us, still Bowie, Little, Moorhead going to go single file, 1, 2, 3, in and out of the third and final corner. All the way back at us. Spot back 2, trying to make a little bit of work happen, but the Gold Cup 3 all the way back to the stripe. Bowie going to get a spot in the main event, followed up by the freaky fast duo of Little and Moorhead. 8 is the moto number. Getting Big Mac picked up on the first straightaway. 9-12 opens. Got Sawyer Penny, Hector Laredo, Connor Tucson Coonan, Patrick Couts, AJ Johnson, and Big Mac Duval. Pretty good shot out of Couts, and out of the second corner going to go Couts, Tucson Coonan, AJ Johnson. 1, 2, 3. Laredo trying to get up into the top 3, but we're only taking 2 riders on out to a semi-main event. Tucson Coonan sitting back to the 2 spot, but he's got the whole wide world coming after him all the way back to the line with ease. Patrick Couts going to grab up a spot, and a little bit of a rush back to the line. Got to check with staging on scoring on that one. I know Patrick Couts grabbed up a spot in the semi-main event. We're getting Purple Heart colors of Big Mac Duval checked out over there on the first straightaway. He's up on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you. All right, at the line, Tucson Coonan holding on for that second transfer spot. So your transfers out of that one are Patrick Couts and Connor Tucson Coonan. They'll be racing for $40 to the winner later on tonight.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 9, second rack of 9-12 opens. Got Smileage, Davidson, Carson, Jackman, and Davidson. Pretty good shot out of Xavier Davidson on the outside, but it's all Logan Carson going to lead him into turn number 1. Davidson back to the 2. Jackman going to slide on up to that second spot. Xavier and Corbin Davidson going to go side by side down through that second straightaway, but it's all Carson out of the 1 spot. Jackman got a little bit of air, going to leave the door open. Davidson going to try to come around the outside line in that second corner. Tires chirping, not quite having enough. Jackman trying to hold off the whole wide world for that second spot. But out front, floating it up, skying it up all the way back to the line. Little peek over the shoulder for Carson. 2 spots up for grabs in a semi-main event. Davidson going to pull up on the inside line all the way back out. Is Carson going to get a spot, and Xavier Davidson going to get a spot out of motor number 9. 10's motor number, last rack, 9 to 12-year-old opens. Got Taylor, Bailey, McMorris, Hall, and Noteboom. Looking like the Nightmare and Bash Noteboom sitting out on the 1-2. Bailey and McMorris doing a little battle back to the 3-4, but we're only taking 2 out to a semi-main event, and the top 2 are stretching it out as we enter the rhythm section. Still Freaky Fast colors of the Nightmare, Liam Taylor out on the 1 spot. Noteboom going to try to come around the outside, might settle on in for that second spot, pick up a spot in the semi later on tonight. That's how it's going to go all the way back out. It's going to go Taylor and Noteboom for your transfer spots out of motor number 10. 11's motor number, 13 and over opens. Got Ashley, Penny, Neal, Kennedy, and Blake. 2 riders on out to a semi-main event. Got the captain and Bubba Blake sitting back out on the 1-2. Ashley sitting on the 3 spot doing a little bit of work trying to move on up into the show later on tonight. Still going to be Jasper Kennedy all the way back at us. Bicycle Shack colors, the captain going to grab up a spot. And coming by at the line, Ashley going to get a spot. 1 and 2. More 13 and over opens. 12 is the motor number. Got Smileage, Kurritz, Penny, Deal, and Tollfree. Got Speed Racer Amir Tollfree leading. Skying it up in and out of the first corner. Didn't quite get the triple. He's been working on that one for a minute. Going to go Tollfree, Deal, Penny, 1, 2, 3. Kurritz back to the 4. Penny just doing a little shopping, see if he can move on up to Deal. But Amir Tollfree and Braden Deal are stretching it on out in and out of the third and final corner. 2 spots up for grabs. They're going to play it nice and safe all the way back at us. Deal going to pull up alongside the line. Going to go Tollfree and Deal with your transfer spots out of motor number 12. 13's motor number, last rack, 13 and over opens. Got John Staten, Madden, Bradshaw, and McCann. Freaky Fast and Sugar Sean Madden out on the 1-2. Got John Jovic and Staten back on the 3-4. 2 riders going out to a main event once again. McCann and Madden stretching it on out. Staten moving on up to the 3 spot. Going to do a little bit of shopping. Might be a little too far out to move up to a semi. Going to go McCann and Matt for your transfer spots out of motor number 13. 14's the moto number. 17 to 20-year-old lady cruisers got April Carroll, Sutton, Ponytail Fessler, and Kaylin Kit Kat Holt. Looking like Holton Fessler out on the 1-2. Total points racing on this one. They'll be doing it all 3 rounds tonight. Kit Kat, Kaylin Holt still sitting down on the 1 spot, followed up by Ponytail doing it for the Kansas Regulators out of Wichita. They're going to go 1-2 in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Searching for low points out of round number 1. Low point going to go to Holt. Fessler going to grab up the 2. April Carroll for the 3 out of 14. 15's moto number. 41 to 45-year-old ladies cruisers got Susan Connell, Christina Boydston, and Grandma Mary Wallace. New beginner league graduate, looking like Susan Connell sitting out on the 1 spot right now out of Warrensburg, Missouri. They're doing some total points racing as well. Looking like Christina Boydston sitting back to the 2 spot out of Wichita. They're going to go 1-2. Grandma Mary back to the 3. Once again, they'll be doing this all 3 rounds tonight, looking for low points. Every spot's going to count.
Ready, watch the gate.
All the way back to the line. Low points today going to go to Connell, grabbing up the 1 spot, followed up by Boydston for the 2. Wallace for the 3. 9-year-old cruiser, 16's the motor number. Got Connor Toussaint Coonan, Elijah Holly, Bea Quads Dotson, and the Spear, Braden Holt. Toussaint Coonan and Holt sitting out on the 1-2, taking one rider on out to the main event onto this one. Toussaint Coonan sitting out on the 1 spot. Here comes Holt sliding on up to the 1 spot. A little bit of tire chirp in turn number 2. Toussaint Coonan going to get right back on the outside hip, going to push him into that 3rd and final corner. Tight racing out of this one as we come all the way back to the stripe. Toussaint Coonan back to the 2, going to pull right up alongside, put on a little bit of a charge all the way back to the line. Not quite going to have enough. The Spear going to grab up a spot. That's Holt. Lost a couple over in turn number 1, getting them picked on up. 10-year-old cruiser out of motor number 17. Austin Boyce racing Casey Murray, Bash Noteboom, and EJ Hawthorne. Believe we're getting Edric checked out over there in turn number 1, but it's all Boyce and Noteboom out on the 1-2 right now. EJ Hawthorne back to the 3 spot. Checking on Case and Murray over there. Noteboom trying to do a little shopping, taking one rider on out to the main event of this one. Boyce not quite going to have the juice to hold him off. Noteboom going to keep up the reputation, coming on by for the 1 spot of the line and your transfer spot. Getting Murray checked out. He's just about up to his feet, getting the breath back, helmet unbuckled. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear you. He's back up on his feet. Those guys racing for every inch. He wasn't willing to give one, ended up on the ground. He's going to pick it on up. He'll be back for round number 2.
Attention.
Y'all good, Kaysen?
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
I hear a
watch the
bike. Bam, it is down on motor number 18, 11-year-old cruisers. Got Dudley, Lichtai, and Carson. 3 wide into the first corner. Lichtai got a bit of a shot on the outside line. Carson going to try to hold him off. Not quite going to have enough around the outside like Slim Shady. Jack Lichtai doing it for the Freaky Fast crew. Going to grab up the 1 spot down through the 2 straightaway. Stretching it way on out, grabbing a little bit of flow as we head in and out of turn number 2. Got Carson back to the 2 spot. Looking like Lennon Dudley back to the 3. All the way down through the rhythm section. Once again, we're racing for low points on a Friday night. They're going to do it all 3 times. Doing himself a favor out of round number 1. Jack Lichtai going to grab up the 1 spot and some low points going into the 2nd round. Going to go Lichtai for the 1 spot. Big Dog Carson for the 2. Dudley for the 3. 19's moto number 13 crew. The Silent Assassin, Chance Riordan, and the Tank Rider Thornton. Looking like Silent Assassin or Logan Carson sitting out front right now. Doing it out of O'Fallon, Missouri for the Throwdown crew. Going to go Carson. The Tank of Thornton. Going to go 1-2 followed by Riordan back to the 3 spot. Total points on this one. Once again, they'll do it all night long. Thornton hanging close, but it's going to be the Silent Assassin grabbing up your 1 spot. That's Carson. Thornton for the 2 spot. Riordan for the 3 out of motor number 19. 20's motor number 15. Cruisers got Beckett Strike. Keller Rolston and the Golden Pedal. Dakota Harris. Looking like Gold Cup 1 Beckett Strike sitting out front right now. Doing it for Granada Cycler out of St. Peters, Missouri. Going to go Strike. Olson. Harris. 1, 2, 3. In and out of the 3rd and final corner. I was wondering who was going fast in practice today. Beckett Strike going to grab some low points out of round number 1, followed by Olson for the 2, Harris for the 3. Last rack of cruisers, 21's moto number, 46 50-year-old cruisers got Corey Brown, David Boydston, Dan Lopez, and Matthew Kepka. Got Corey Brown sitting out front right now for the Purple Heart Racing crew, stretching it way on out, followed up by the 21 bike. That's David Boydston doing it out of Wichita, followed up by Kepka and Dan the Man Lopez. Dan, you race once all year and you sit in the back? It's an interesting choice. One rider going on out to the main event. That rider's going to be Corey Brown, transferring out of 21. Get loud for him. First of 3 racks of 500 novices, Moto 22. Got Carco, Casita, Bennett, Blake Dotson, Kreisa, Collin, and Chidsey. In and out of the first corner. 324 sitting out front, followed by the 072. Austin Casita sitting out front, followed up by Declan on the 1-2. They're going to lead him in and out of the second corner. 379 bike back to the 3 spot. Oh, here comes new rider around the outside. That's Caliana Chidsey. Chidsey going to move on up to that 3rd spot. We're taking 2 riders straight on out to a semi-main event out of this one. Rest of them going to have to come back for round number 2. In and out of that 3rd and final corner. Still Austin Casita sitting out front out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Declan Cressa back to the 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
All the way back to the line. Casita going to grab up a spot in a semi-main event. And Declan Cressa going to grab up a spot in the main event out of 22. Cheer on these little guys as they come all the way out of that 3rd and final corner. Itty bitty, pedaling all the way up, keeping it on 2 wheels. Second rack, motor number 23, 500 novice, got Murray, Welch, Maxon, Chitwood, Kilberg, and Holly. The highlighter sitting up front right now, 871. That's Madden Kilberg. Going to go Kilberg, followed up by the 373. That's Rhett Chitwood. They're going to go 1-2. Holly back to the 3 spot, Welch to the 4. Once again, we're only taking 2 riders on out to a semi-main event out of this one. Madden Kilberg knows he wants one of those spots, stretching it way on out the rhythm section. 373, still Rhett Chitwood sitting out on the 2 spot. Got a whole lot of Zoe Holly in the rearview mirror. Going to try to hold off with the bicycle shack colors in and out of the 3rd and final corner. We got a lot of really little kids doing well tonight, don't we? All the way back to the line.
Attention.
Madden Kilberg going to grab up a spot in a semi-main event. And all the way back as a little pressure from Holly, but Chitwood going to grab up that 2nd spot out of Moto 23. 24 is a moto number, 500 novice. Last rack of them got Harves, Tarpening, Malone, Tierney, Hall, and Moore. Oh, Weston Moore got a pretty good shot in and out of turn number 1. Believe we got Ruby Tarpening back to the 2 spot, looking like Bo Hall back to the 3. Piper Harves moving on up to the 4. Off pedal Tarpening back to the spot. Tarpening going to try to recover quick. Here comes Princess Piper Harves on the inside line. Harves going to move on up to 2nd. Oh, Tarpening's right there, but it's all Weston Moore sitting out front on this one. Got Moore, Harves, Tarpening, 1, 2, and 3. Tarpening doing all kinds of work trying to get up to those top 2 spots and move on to a semi-main event. All the way back out as Harves trying to stretch it on out just a little bit. Here comes Hall trying to move on up to the top 3 spots. Not quite going to have enough, settling on back for a 4. But we're only taking 2 riders to a semi-main event. All the way back to the line, Weston Moore going to get a spot. And Piper Harves going to get a spot out of 500 novice. First rack, a 6-year-old novice got Bailey, Welch, Connell, Katie, and Carco. A pretty good shot at Elliott Bailey, but it's all Edwin Welch in and out of the first corner, doing it for the Edge Racing crew. Got Edge Racing and Freaky Fast Colors out on the 1-2. Carco back to the 3 spot. All the way back out as Welch trying to stretch it out. Here comes Bailey back to the 2 spot. Carco doing all kinds of work trying to move on up into those top 2 spots. We're taking 2 riders straight on out to a main event out of this one. Pulling a little closer. Welch trying to give himself a little bit of breathing room down through the rhythm section. Still going to go Welch, Bailey out on the 1-2. Nolan Carco doing all kinds of shopping in and out of the final corner. Oh, we might have a drag race brewing all the way back to the stripe. 165 bike going to pull away just a little bit. Edwin Welch going to grab up a spot.
Okay, riders.
And a little bit of safety as well for Bailey. Bailey going to grab up that 2nd spot out of motor number 25. 26 in motor number, 2nd rack, a 6-year-old novice. Got Nunes, Boyer, Hall, Banks, and Johnson. Pretty good shot out of River Banks. Neon yellow in and out of the first corner. One of our league graduates from this year, River Banks, sitting out on the 1 spot. We're taking 2 riders once again on out to a semi-main event. Oh, to a main event, I'm sorry. Finn Boyer sitting back to the 2 spot. Carter Jackson for the 3. 187 by ground, top 4. That's Tessa Nunes. But we're taking 2 riders to a main event, looking like Banks and Boyer still sitting out on the 1-2. Carter trying to give a little bit of chase down through the rhythm section, see if he can reel him in just a little bit closer.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Top 2 stretching it way on out. Looks like that's the way it's going to go all the way back to the stripe. River Banks going to get a spot in the main event along with Finn Boyer. 27's a motor number, 7-year-old novice. Got Braxton Rao, Nacho Eulery, Chase Kilberg, Layla Lynn, and Carter Lloyd. Eulery and Lynn sitting out on the 1-2. Chase Kilberg back to the 3, taking 2 riders on out to a main event. Feeder off the pedals for Eulery on the 1 spot. Lynn going to try to move on by for the first spot. Here comes Kilberg on the inside. Chase Kilberg going to slide on up to the 2. Said, I want a 2-for-1 special. Going to try to pin that inside line, move on up to the first spot. Chase Kilberg going to go from 1 to 3. Here comes Eulery back on the inside line. Kilberg taking a little walk on the wild side in and out of the 3rd and final corner. All the way back at us. Original top 2 going to run it all the way back to the stripe. Beckham Eulery going to get a spot. And a little mistake out of Lynn. Going to have to check with scoring on that one. Believe Kilberg might have come by. What a race out of that one. $870 bike at Chase Kilberg grabbing up that second transfer spot out of 27. 28's a motor number. 8-year-old got Casita, Deal, Tarpening, Miracle, and Tarpening all the way back at me, looking like Axel Miracle sitting out front. 2 riders going on out to the main event. 49 bike at Casita sitting back to the 2 spot. That's how they're going to go all the way back at me. Axel Miracle going to get a spot, and Holly Casita going to get a spot out of moto 28. Once again, transfers out of motor number 27 were Chase Kilberg and Beckham Eulery. 9-year-old novice 29's motor number got Hall, Welch, Lamano, Bellis, Belcher, Parker, and Pavon. Lost 2 of them on the first straightaway, getting them checked on out. Pavon's up. We're going to get the other one checked out. But all the way back at us, looking like Belcher sitting out on the 1 spot, followed up by Kyson Parker back to the 2 spot. Here comes Adeline Hall on the 3, Salamano for the 4, Welch back to the 5, taking 3 riders on out to a main event. Those 3 spots looking like Belcher, Parker, and Hall, 1, 2, and 3. Adeline Hall going to try to come on by the outside line in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Adeline Hall going to move on up to the 2nd spot, but all the way back at it, still Nokasi Belcher going to go wire to wire on this one. Grab up the 1 spot in the main event. Adeline Hall going to get the 2nd spot. Kyson Parker going to get that 3rd spot. Isaac Turner to staging. Isaac Turner, please head on up to staging as soon as you can. Isaac Turner, head on up to staging. I believe we're getting Wyatt Bellis checked out over there on the first straightaway. Up on our feet over on the first jump. Let them hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Whole crowd's behind you, man. Isaac Turner once again to staging. Isaac Turner to staging. Isaac Turner needs you up in staging. Oh, we love to see it. Side note, it makes my heart happy to see all these bleachers packed full of people just cheering, supporting these kids. We absolutely love to see it out on a Friday night. What a sport, man. What a sport. These kids are warriors.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
30 is the motor number. Gate is down. 10-year-old novice. Isaac Turner, head on up to staging. Last call. Isaac Turner, head on up to staging. They will run it without you if you're not up there. Isaac Turner, head on up to staging. Madeline Schellenberg, Team Money Stewart, and Emma Smilenich. 760 sitting out front right now. That's Team Money Stewart. Got Stewart and Smilenich out on the 1-2. Madeline Schellenberg back to the 3 spot. Total points racing on this one. They'll be doing it like this all night long. A little bit of bobblehead action out of the lead. What was that, Emma?
Okay, riders, random start.
I don't even know what she was yelling. She was yelling something. Total points on this one. Smilenich going to try to get a little closer, grab up some low points. Not going to have anything for Team Money all the way back to the line. Stewart going to grab up the low point. Smilenich going to grab up the 2. Schellenberg for the 3 out of motor number 30. 31's motor number. 11-year-old novice. Guy Landon Eulery, Jacqueline Harrell, Dylan King, Ethan Malone, E-Money Carlton. King and Carlton out on the 1-2. Eulery back to the 3 spot. Harrell back to the 4. E-Money going to pull a little high-low in and out of the 2nd corner. They're going to go side by side. King's not quite ready to give it up in and out of the 3rd and final turn. Taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Eulery going to lurk back to the 3, see if anything happens. He can take advantage, slide on up to the top 2, but all the way back out of side by side of the line. E-Money Carlton going to get a spot, and Dylan King going to get a spot out of 31. 32. Number 12-year-old novice got Turner, Kepka, King, Lopez, DeWar, Lester, Winship, and Conklin. 795 and the 244 sitting out front on this one right now. That's Rayleigh King and Jackson Lester out on the 1-2. Lopez, DeWar, and Winship round out the 3-4. We're taking 3 riders on out to the main event. Antonio Lopez DeWart got the whole wide world coming after him in and out of the third and final corner. Still Rayleigh King, nasty little tumble last week. Clearly didn't phase her too much out here winning on a Friday night. All the way back to the line, 3 spots up for grabs. Rayleigh King going to get a spot. Jackson Lester going to get a spot along with Lopez DeWart, 1, 2, and 3. 33 is the moto number. 13-year-old novice got Morgan, Harris, King, Skaggs, and Malone. Bentley Morgan sitting out front right now, followed up by Corbin Skaggs. Little battle on the 3-4. Looks like Harris going to try to slide on up to the 3. 3 and 4 both go down. Tyler going to slide on up for the 3 spot, take advantage. Malone sliding on up to the 3. But it's all Bentley Morgan in and out of the third and final corner. 2 riders going on out to a main event. Caden's back up, getting Dill Pickle Harris picked back up. Going to go Morgan and Skaggs for your transfer spots out of 33. Man, talk about aggressive.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down on 34. 15-year-old novice got Blake Laney, Mark Slotzauer, and the Lady J, Julia Scott. All 3 wide down through the first straightaway. Laney going to tuck on back for the 3 spot. Scott got a pretty good shot, but it's all Slotzauer in and out of the first corner. Going to go Mark Slotzauer, Julia Scott, Blake Laney out on the 1, 2, 3 down through the second straightaway. Total points on this one. They'll be racing for low points all evening long. Slotzauer trying to get away, give himself a little bit of breathing room down through the rhythm section.
Attention.
Lady J is all over that back wheel as we go on through the third straightaway, in and out of the final corner. Still Slotzauer and Scott stretching it on out just a little bit as we come all the way back at us. Laney giving some push back to the 3 spot. Low points on Slotzauer going to get a low point, followed by Scott for the 2. Laney for the 3 out of moto number 34. 35 is the moto number. 36-40 Nervous got Chidsey, Howard, Nunes, Boydston, McDonald, and Sharp. 8:57 is that sitting out front. Shane Nunes doing it out of Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Got Howard back to the 2 spot. McDonald for the 3. Take it easy, boys. You got to work on Monday.
Attention.
Still got Nunes and Howard sitting out on the 1, 2. McDonald back to the 3 spot. A little bit of chase coming on the inside line. New rider sliding on up to the 3. They're going to go side by side all the way back to the line. But we're only taking 2 riders on out to a main event. Shane Nunes going to get a spot, and Alvin Howard going to get a spot out of 35. 36, a moto number. Welcome to the intermediate class. 6-year-old intermediates. Got Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Ender Gwynn. Total points racing on this one. Once again, they'll be racing for low points all evening long. Miller sitting out on the 1 spot, followed up by Tonga. They're going to chase some low points on a Friday night, make it a little easier on themselves for the following rounds. Down through the rhythm section, still Miller. Tonga out on the 1, 2, followed up by Gwynn back to the 3. Tonga doing all kinds of shopping, taking every line in the book, trying to find a way by Miller. Going to set it up for a drag race all the way back to the line. We're going to have a showdown all night on this one, but for now, Miller comes up holding the ace. Back to the line, Austin Miller going to get the 1. Tonga for the 2. Gwynn for the 3. 37's moto number. 7-year-old intermediates got Emmett Hall, Jack Smilenich, and Grayson G Money Tune. Got Hall, Smilenich, Tune out on the 1, 2, 3. Jackson, you just huddling, dude. What was that? Down through the 3 straightaway, still Emmett Hall. Stretching it way on out, in and out of the third and final corner as these guys chase through the rhythm section. Got Team Money and Smilenich doing some battle on the 2, 3. Peek over the shoulder for Hall. He's going to throw a little bit of style. Knows he's got room to spare all the way back to the line. Emmett Hall going to grab up a spot and a low point out of round number 1. G Money going to grab up the 2. Smilenich for the 3. 38's a moto number. 8-year-old intermediates got Donson, Unerstall, and Aiden Surratt. Got Surratt and Unerstall out on the 1, 2 right now, followed up by Brodo Dotson back to the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
I thought I heard Hayden. You cheering me on? Oh, okay. Through the third and final corner, Unerstall giving a little bit of chase on this one. See what we got all the way back to the line. Wild West trying to give a push. A little bit of airtime out of Surratt all the way back to the line. Aiden Surratt going to grab up the 1 spot, followed up by Unerstall back to the 2. Dotson for the 3. 9-year-old intermediates, 39's a moto number, got Hale, Barton, Harrell, Lynn, Penny, and Hall. Saccone Hall front right now. Jackson Lynn knocking on the door. Carnage Casey Arkeller sitting out of the 1, 2, followed up by Stinky Harrell and Sawyer Penny back to the 3-4. Ah, here comes Lynn pushing his way on by down through the third straightaway. We're taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Oh, here comes Hall right on back. High-low action. Penny gets on by Harrell. He's going to have a shot now to get into a main event. Oh, Lynn going to try to put on all the defense he can all the way back to the line. Saucony Hall and Jackson Lynn going to hold it all the way back to the stripe. They're going to get your transfer spots out of 39. 40 is a moto number. 10-year-old intermediates. Got Big Mac Duval, Edric Hawthorne, Creighton Harves, Lily Olson, and Taylon Dobbs. Got Hawthorne, Duval, Dobbs out 1, 2, and 3, followed up by Harves and Olson back to the 4, 5.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Down through the rhythm section, still Hawthorne and Duval out on the 1, 2. We're taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Oh, Duval going to pull out alongside. We're going to have a drag race all the way back to the stripe on this one. Hawthorne taking a peek over. He said, I'm going to the main event anyways, man. Doesn't really matter to me. Going to go Hawthorne and Duval for your transfer spots out of 40. 41's motor number, first rack, 11-year-old intermediates. Got Holshot Barker, Bullet Bill Lakey, Hunter Conklin, Benny Lamano, and Chase Mode Curley. Got Curley and Barker sitting on the 1, 2. Here comes Lamano going to move on up to the 2 spot. Going to go Curley, Lamano, 1, 2. Got Barker all doing all the work he can in and out of the third and final corner. Taking 2 riders out of this one. They'll combine with the second rack to go into a main event in round number 2. All the way back to the line. Barker doing all kinds of work. Not quite going to have enough all the way back to the stripe. Curley and Lamano going to get your transfer spots out of that one. Second rack, 11 intermediates. 42 is the motor number. Got Benny the Jet Bass, Broen Morgan, Corbin Davidson, and Zach Attack Bass. Davidson might have grabbed him up a whole shot. Him and Morgan going to go side by side in and out of the second corner. Morgan got the inside line. He's going to come on up with the 1 spot in and out of the second corner. Got Davidson and Bass out 2, 3. Zach Attack back to the 4 spot. Davidson going to play it smart, tuck on back for the 2 spots, and we're both going to a main event. All the way back to the line, stretching it on out. Now that he gets by, Morgan going to grab up the 1 spot. Davidson for the 2. 43 is the moto number. 12 intermediates. Got Velasquez, Riordan, McMorris, Campbell, McDonald, Johnson, and Nash. Getting Super Sophia checked out over there on the first straight, but it's all Cody Velasquez sitting up front right now, followed up by A.J. Johnson, Tyler McMorris, 1, 2, and 3. The Gladiator back to the 4 spot. Hi, London. As they go in and out of the third and final corner, still Velasquez, Johnson, McMorris, 1, 2, and 3. The Gladiator back to the 4 spot, going to try to put on a charge, move on up to a main event. But it's all the Rock 1 of Velasquez for the Edge Racing crew, followed up by Freaky Fast Colors of Johnson and McMorris going 1, 2, 3. Meanwhile, we got Sophia back up on her feet over on the first straightaway. Oh, we got a mechanical over here. Sophia, you all good?
Okay, riders. Random start.
Broke 3 spokes. Oh,
Watch the gate.
gate is down. Number 44, 13 intermediates. Got Jabril Belgrave, Benjamin Fetch, Neon Noah Odell, Archer Penny, Kit Kat, Kalen Holt, and KJ Smilenich. Pretty good shot out of Belgrave. Going to have to tuck it on back, play second fiddle to Kit Kat Holt, doing it for the Freaky Fast crew. Down through the second straightaway. Going to go Holt, Belgrave, Neon Noah Odell out 1, 2, and 3, followed up by Smilenich and Fetch back to the 4, 5. In and out of the second corner, still Kit Kat Holt. Got a whole lot of charge coming from Belgrave and Odell. Taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Neon Noah trying to find his way on by, but Belgrave's putting on the Jets in and out of the third and final corner. All the way back at us. Once again, 2 spots up for grabs. Kit Kat going to grab up a spot, and Jabril Belgrave going to grab up a spot out of 44. 45 is a moto number. 14 intermediates. Total points racing on this one. Got the Maverick, Kirby Green, Dakota the Golden Peddler Harris, and Caden Kohler. Got Kohler and Harris out on the 1, 2. New intermediate rider of the Maverick sitting back to the 3 spot. Total points on this one. They'll be racing for low points all night long. Golden Peddler doing a little bit of work in and out of the third and final corner. Going to try to reel in Kohler just a little bit closer, but it's all Bicycle Shack colors getting fancy. Back to the line. Going to go Kohler, Harris, Green, 1, 2, and 3. 46, the moto number. 16 intermediates. Got Kyle Velasquez, Juicy J. Seedorf, Emerson Cheese Dust Svoboda, and Super Cooper Kelly. Got Kelly and Svoboda 1, 2 right now, followed up by Velasquez and Juicy J. Taking 1 rider on the main event. Kelly got the lead. Here comes Svoboda doing all kinds of shopping in and out of the third and final corner. Oh, Svoboda saw a line open up on the inside line, going to take it away. New rider coming on up to the one spot. That's Svoboda. One rider up for grabs going to the main event. Kelly not quite going to have enough to get back by. Amy Svoboda going to get that first and only spot in the main event out of 46. 47's moto number, 41, 45 intermediates. Got Dudley, Bradshaw, Barton, Johnson. Grant Bradshaw sitting out front right now. Got Scott Johnson all over the back heels. They're going to go 1-2. Scott
Attention.
caught a little white line in that second corner, so that's a little much for me. I'm going to shut it on down, let you grab up that transfer spot all the way back to the line. Gold Cup 1 of Bradshaw. Going to grab up that first and only transfer out of 47. 48's a moto number, 46 50-year-old intermediates. Got David Boydson, Zechariah Hinton, Keith Skeeter Woolery, and Grandma Mary Wallace. Got Boydson and Hinton sitting out on the 1-2, followed up by Woolery and Grandma Mary back to the 3-4. Hinton doing a little bit of shopping. We're taking one rider on out to the main event out of this one. Still Boydson sitting out on the one spot right now. Hinton doing a little bit of shopping, see if he can find a way on up to the main event. Oh, inside line open up. He's going to slide on up and take it away. Oh, side by side they go. Boydson got a little bit of momentum out of that third corner. Going to grab the one spot back.
Attention.
All the way back to the line. David Boydston going to grab up your one and only spot out of 48.
Ready? Watch the gate.
One moto for the girls club, 11-year-old ladies expert 49, Sutton, Ponytail, Fessler, Bay Quads, Dotson, and Tatum Todd Wellborn. Fessler and Wellborn out on the 1-2. Here comes Todd on the inside line, going to slide on up and take it away. Going to go Wellborn, Fessler, 1-2, and here comes Dotson back to the 3 spot. Didn't quite shut the door, Tatum. Fessler going to slide back on by. Here comes Wellborn again with another high low. They're going to go side by side down through the 3 straightaway.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready? Watch the
Wellborn still right there on the back wheel, all the way back at us, in and out of the third and final corner. Total points racing on this one. Pedaling like crazy all the way back to the line. Not quite enough. Ponytail going to grab up the 1 spot, followed up by Wellborn for the 2, Dotson for the 3. 50's the moto number. Welcome to the expert class. Oh, what happened to Little? Thought we were sitting out front, and then I got a foot picked up. Bowie sitting out on the 1 spot right now, followed by Moorhead and Little out on the 2-3. Once again, Bicycle Shack and Freaky Fast Color sitting back to the 2-3 spots. Taking one rider out to the main event. It's all the freight train of Bowie.
Ready?
As we come in and out of the third and final corner, T-Bone pulling a little bit closer. Not quite going to have enough gas all the way back to the line. 1 spot up for grabs. That spot belongs to Bowie out of motor number 50. 51's motor number 9 expert, a little bigger, a little bit faster. Got the Spear, Holt, Juicebox, Bailey, Wolverine, Jackman, Clutch, Howard, and Toussaint Coonan. Toussaint Coonan and Jackman going to go side by side. Jackman going to slide on by with the spot. Toussaint Coonan and Holt back to the 2-3. Here comes Juicebox, Bailey trying to move on to that top 3. Going to go Jackman, Toussaint Coonan, and Bailey 1-2-3. We're taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Juicebox going to do a little bit of hunting, see if we can move on up into the top 2. But here comes Toussaint Coonan moving on by for the 1 spot. Not quite content with second, but those two going to go on out to a main event. Going to go Toussaint Coonan and Jackman 1, 2, and ooh. 51 is the moto number. 10-year-old experts got Noteboom, Boyce, Davidson, Campbell, and Murray. The showdown continues on this one. Little tire jerk out of Davidson. Noteboom sitting back to the 2 spot, followed up by Boyce, Murray, and Campbell.
Random start.
All the way back at us. Noteboom didn't quite get the run he wanted down through that 3rd straightaway. Going to try to set it up out of turn number 3. All the way back to the line. Davidson going to grab up 1 spot, and the 2nd spot going to Bash Noteboom out of motor number 52. 53, the motor number, 11-year-old experts. Total point racing on this one. Got Lickty, Laredo, and Dudley. Lickty sitting out on the 1 spot for the Freaky Fest crew. Here comes Laredo on the inside line. Left the door a little bit too open, man. Here comes Hector Laredo Jr. going to lead him down through the 3 straightaway, followed up by Lickty, Dudley. They're still going to go 1, 2, 3. Here comes Jack Attack on the outside line. Going to try to find a way on up to the 1 spot and some low points on a Friday. High-low action didn't quite get by, but he's going to pull right on up to the hip pocket. They're going to go side by side all the way back to the line. Check back with scoring on that one, but no, Dudley grabbed up the 3 spot. 8 grabbing up the 1 spot, Lickty, followed up by 38 Laredo Jr. out of 53. 54's motor number got Taylor, Carson, and Couts.
Okay, riders, random start.
Looking like the Silent Assassin sitting out front right now, followed up by Couts back to the 2 spot, and the Nightmare back to the 3. Total points on this one, once again, they'll be fighting for low points all evening long. Back to the line, Carson, Couts, Taylor, that'll be your 1, 2, 3. 54's a moto number 14 expert. Round 1 of 2 got Hingle, Strike, Thornton, Ashley, and Neal. Beckett, Strike, and Colton Hingle sitting out on the 1-2 right now, followed up by Ashley and Neal back to the 3-4. 2 spots up for grabs. Remaining riders going to combine in round number 2 to go to the main event. Ashley trying to put on a charge, get on by Hingle, but it's all Beckett, Strike all the way back to the line out of St. Peters, Missouri. Strike going to get a spot, and Ashley going to get a spot at the line out of 55. 56 moto number, second rack, 14-year-old experts got Hattie, Staten, Kurritz, and Wiseman. Oh, Flylie sitting out front right now, followed up by the comeback hit and Wiseman back to the 3. Factory full tilt radio colors, fresh off a World 4 appearance this year, representing Team USA all the way back to the line. Flylie going to throw a little style in and out of the third and final corner, followed up by Kurritz back to the 2 spot. 2 riders going on out to a main event for the 14 experts. Flylie going to grab up the 1 spot, 3 Mississippi. Kurritz going to grab up the 2. 57's motor number, 15 experts got Kennedy, Deal, Penny, and Olsen in that order as we head in and out of the second corner. A little style out of Deal, trying to pull a little bit closer to the captain down through the 3 straightaway. Still going to go Kennedy, Deal, Penny, 1, 2, and 3, taking 1 rider on out to the main event out of this one.
Ready? Watch the gate.
All the way back at me, looking like El Capitan, going to go Jasper Kennedy for that one and only spot out of 57. 58's a motor number, 17 to 20-year-old experts. Guys, Sean Madden and Amir Tolfree side by side into that turn number 1. Going to go Madden, Tolfree, Jonjovic in and out of turn number 1. Followed up by Blake and the 164 back to the 4 spot of Riley Blake. Whoa, Riley's on a bike. Down through the 3 straightaway. Going to go Sugar Sean Madden still out on the 1 spot. Tolfree sitting back to the 2. 2 riders going on out to the main event. They got to be careful. Make sure Lola J doesn't sneak into those top 2 all the way back to the line. That's how they're going to go on to Wheels Colors sweep the first round. Going to go Madden and Tolfree. Riley's on a bike? I still can't believe that. Last moto of the day, 59 is the moto number, 26, 35-year-old experts. Got Nash, Rao, Mercer, Rimmer, and McCann. Got McCann and Nash sitting out on the 1-2 right now, followed up by Andrew Rao back to the 3 spot. 2 riders on out to the main event. Little peek over the shoulder from McCann for the Freaky Fast crew. Freaky Fast captain in and out of this third and final corner, taking 2 riders out to the main event, looking like McCann and Nash right now. Oh, Andrew, what happened? Oh, you almost kept it up the whole way. So close. McCann going to get a spot, and Darren Nash going to get a spot. Man, I'll tell you this. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody go over turn 3 in the last 5-6 years and ride past that tabletop without catching their handlebar. I don't know how he did that. Gosh, we had to wait, what, 30 seconds? That's unknown for you. You're usually perfect. How dare you not be perfect?
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right. 8 and under opens. Motor number 7. Gate is down. Got Emmett Hall, Jackson Smilenich, Brody Dotson, and Austin Miller taking 3 riders on out to the main event out of this one. They'll be racing for money out here in a bit in the main event. Got Hall, Dotson, and Miller out on the 1, 2, 3. Smilenich back to the 4 spot, playing a little bit of catch-up, trying to move on up to a main event. But it's all Emmett Hall sitting out front right now, pulling out a little bit of a gap back to Dotson and Miller on the 2, 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Tyler
random
McMorris
start.
is staging. Tyler McMorris to staging. Get yourself up there as soon as you can. Tyler McMorris to staging. But all the way back at me, taking 3 riders on out to the main event. A little bit of style out of Hall. All the way back at me, and Hall going to get a spot in the main event. Brody Dotson looking over at the announcer, going to get a spot in the main event along with Austin Miller. Good racing to Jackson Smilenich. Once again, McMorris on up to staging. Tyler McMorris on up to staging. Turn on over to 9 to 12-year-old opens motor number 8. Got Penny, Laredo Jr., A.J. Johnson, and Big Mac Duval. Taking 2 riders on out to the semi-main event out of this one.
Watch the gate.
Laredo Jr. and A.J. Johnson sitting out on the 1, 2 right now. Penny on the outside looking in all the way back at me. It's 2 spots in a semi-main event. Going to go Laredo and Johnson grabbing up those spots. Jordan Blake to staging. Jordan Blake head on up to staging. Jordan Blake and Tyler McMorris, you guys up in staging. 9's the motor number, second rack of 9-12 opens. Got Smilenich, Davidson, and Jackman. Got Braxton Jackman and Corbin Davidson sitting out on those 2 spots right now. Smilenich on the outside looking in. Once again, we're taking the top 2 on out to a semi-main event out of this one.
Random start.
In and out of turn number 3, still Jackman and Davidson out on the 1, 2. Smilenich trying to do a little bit of work, move on up to the top 2. But all the way back at me, 2 spots up for grabs in a semi-main event. Looking like Jackman going to get a spot and Corbin Davidson going to get a spot out of motor number 9. 10's the motor number, last rack, 9-12 opens. Got Grant Bradshaw to staging. Thought I saw you up there just a second ago.
Okay,
Got
riders,
Bailey,
random
McMorris, and
start.
Hall looking like McMorris and Juice Box Bailey sitting out on the 1, 2 right now. Fetty Hall trying to stay on back to the top 2. Trying to put on a little bit of a charge coming all the way back at me. Last 2 spots in a semi-main event for our 9-12 open. McMorris going to sky it up and get a spot along with Juicebox Bailey. We say goodbye to Saccone Hall out of motor number 10. Getting bigger, getting faster. 11's a motor number 13 and over opens. Got Penny, Neal, and Blake. Bubba Blake sitting out front right now, followed up by Slow-Mo Neal. They're going to go out on the 1, 2. Penny back to the 3 spot. Once again, going on to a semi-main event. 2 spots up for grabs out of this one.
Okay, riders, random start.
Stretching it way on out for the top 2 all the way back to the line, looking like on 2 wheels and freaky fast colors. Blake going to get a spot, and Slow-Mo Neal going to get a spot out of motor number 11. Motor number gate is down on our second rack of 13 and over opens. Got KJ Smilenich, the birthday boy, Kurritz, and Evan Penny. Looking like Penny and Kurritz out on the 1, 2. Smilenich back to the 3 spot, trying to find a way on up into a semi-main event. In and out of the second corner, Edge Racing Colors of Evan Penny sitting out on the 1 spot right now, followed up by the birthday boy and the comeback kid, Caleb Kurritz. Out on the 1, 2, in and out of the final corner. Hall's still trying to do all kinds of shopping, see if he can move on up into the top 2, but they're stretching it out, coming all the way back to the line. That's how it's going to go. We're going to go Penny and Kurritz, 1 and 2. 13's motor number, last rack, 13 and over opens. Got Fly Like Staten, Lola Jonjovic, and Grant Bradshaw. Oh, Staten and Jonjovic sitting out front right now. The old man back to the 3 spot, trying to find a way on by the kids in through the rhythm section. 2 spots available in a semi-main event. Last rack for the opens. Flylie doing it for the factory full tilt radio crew, sitting out front on the world number 4. All the way back at us. Flylie going to get a spot. Lola J for the factory Powerlight crew going to get a spot out of 13. 14's a moto number. High line for Kit Kat as we come out of turn number 1. 17 to 20-year-old lady cruisers. Got April Carroll, Sutton, Tony Ponytail Fessler, and Kaylin Kit Kat Holt. Got Holt and Fessler out on the 1, 2. Carroll back to the 3 spot.
Okay, riders, random start.
Man, I'm seeing people wearing hoodies on a night in August, and it makes me feel weird. It's cool, but not that cool. It's not October yet, guys. Total points racing on this one all the way back to the line. Kit Kat going to grab up more low points. Fessler going to grab up another deuce. Carroll for another 3. 15's a moto number. More lady cruiser, 41 to 45-year-old women's cruisers. Got 15 moto on track. Got Susan Connell, Christina Boydston, and Grandma Mary Wallace. Susan Connell still sitting out front right now. Brand new beginner league graduate. Just came out of league last Friday, leading them down through the rhythm section. Total points on this one, once again, they'll do it all night long, hunting for low points. Every spot's going to
Attention.
count.
Okay, riders, random start.
Hi, Mary.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
All the way back at me. Low points hunting once again. Susan Connell going to grab up her second ace of the night. Boydson going to grab up another deuce. Mary Wallace for another 3. 16 is the moto number. 9-year-old cruisers got Connor Toussaint Coonan, Elijah Holly, and Bea Quads Dotson. Not total points on this one. What you see is what you get. 2 spots going on out to a main event. Got Toussaint Coonan and Quads Dotson sitting out on the 1-2. Here comes Elijah Holly trying to find a way on up into the top 2. All the way back at me. 2 spots up for grabs. Going to go Toussaint Coonan for a spot and Bea Quads Dotson for a spot out of moto number 16. Turning the page over to moto number 17. 10-year-old cruisers taking 2 riders on out to a main event. Tight racing on this one. Got Hawthorne and Murray sitting out on the 1-2. Boyce grabbing a little bit of back tire love and to try to get his momentum back in and out of the second corner.
Okay, riders.
Still racing Kaysen and EJ Hawthorne sitting out on the 1-2. Here comes Austin Boyce trying to find a way on up to a main event. Murray getting all kinds of aggressive little high-low action in and out of the third and final corner. Going to come on by the freaky fast colors of Hawthorne all the way back at me. Racing Kaysen going to get a spot, and EJ Hawthorne going to get a spot out of 17. 18's a motor number. 11-year-old cruisers got Landon Dudley, Jack Attack Licktie, and the big dog Bryson Carson. In and out of turn number 2. Jack Attack Licktie sitting out of the 1 spot, followed up by Bryce Carson on the 1-2. Dudley back to the 3.
Okay, riders, random start.
Total points racing on this one. They'll be doing it like this all evening long. Did it like this in round number 1 as well. Licktie trying to grab up more low points, make his life a little easier in the main event. Doing it for the Freaky Fast Racing crew out of Des Moines, Iowa. All the way back at us. Licktie going to get a spot. Big Dog Carson going to grab up the 2 spot. I'm sorry, Landon Dudley going to get the 3. No transfers out of that one. Total points racing. 19's a motor number now. 13-year-old cruisers got the Silent Assassin, Logan Carson, the Tank Rider, Thornton, and Chancery Orton.
Attention.
Thornton might have had a little bit of an edge right there down the 2 straightaway, but the Silent Assassin coming right on by as we go in and out of the third corner. Silent Assassin going to bring home the 1 spot. Thornton for the 2, Reardon for the 3. If I recall correctly, they raced back in the day, coming back after a little hiatus. 20's a motor number. Gold Cup 1, Becca Strike sitting out on the 1 spot, followed up by Olsen and the Golden Peddler out 1, 2, and 3. 15 cruiser. 20 is the moto number.
That's the gate.
Bennett to staging. Bennett to staging. Total points on this one. Becca Strike going to bring home the 1 spot. Keller Olsen for the 2. The Golden Peddler for the 3. Bennett, we need you up to staging ASAP. Bennett, we need you up to staging. 21's a motor number. Last of the cruisers got the old guys. 46 50-year-old cruisers got David Boydston, Dan Lopez, and Matthew Kepka. Oh, so you hold it on the tank for round 2, huh? Team manager, the man, Dan Lopez, leading him down through the rhythm section. He abandoned his job on the mic so I could have it so he can go out there and race. Least you can do is win. Single file, Kepka going to shut it on down. 2 spots up for grabs in the main event. Boyson going to come on by. 1 more call for Bennett to staging. 1 more call for Bennett to staging. 2 riders going on out of that one. David Boydston getting a spot, and the man Dan Lopez getting a spot. Do we still call him Get Off My Lawn? Is that still a thing we do? Get Off My Lawn, Lopez. He hasn't been here in a minute, so I haven't been able to bully him for a minute. Feels nice. 1 more call for Bennett to staging. 1 more call for Bennett to staging.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down on the first rack of 5-iron novice. We're taking 2 riders on out to a semi-main event out of this one. Got Elowen Carco, Blake Dotson, Adric Connell, and Kaliana Chidsey. 4 riders out on track. 4 riders, 2 riders moving on out to a semi. Oh, we're missing a rider. I was getting ready to say boat ride. Thought these kids got their lucky day. Still only taking 2 on out to a semi-main event. We got a stacked 5-iron novice class today. Kaliana Chidsey sitting out on the 1 spot, followed by another league graduate, Adric Connell. They're going to go 1-2 down through the second straightaway. Got Elowen Carco on the outside looking in, along with the 452 of Blake Dotson. But all the way back at me, Kaliana Chidsey still sitting out on the 1 spot, followed by Adric Connell. They're going to go 1-2 down through the rhythm section. Carco and Dotson going to put on a little bit of pressure down through the 3 straightaways, see what they can make happen.
Attention.
All the way back at me. 2 spots up for grabs. Caliana stretching it way on out. She's going to get a spot in the semi-main event. And all the way back at me, Adrian Connell going to try to pull a little bit of a gap all the way back to the line. You got to keep going, dude. Keep those eyes forward. All the way back at me, Adrian Connell going to grab up that second and final spot in the semi-main event out of 22. 23 is a moto number. More 5-iron novice. Got Brecken Murray, Maggie Welch, Maverick Mackinson, and Zoe Holly. Looking like Zoe Holly and Maverick Mackinson out on the 1-2 right now. Oh, got Murray and Welch back to the 3-4. We're once again only taking 2 riders on out of this one to a semi-main event. All the way at me looking like Holly and Mackinson still sitting out on the 1-2 as we come in and out of the second corner. Look that way. They all like to look over at the announcer, don't they? You got to go that way. Look forward. Down through the rhythm section, still Holly Mackinson out on the 1-2, followed up by Murray and Welch on the 3-4. Tight racing down through the rhythm section. Maverick Mackinson sitting down on the 2 spot, but he's got the whole wide world coming after him in and out of this third and final corner. But all the way back to the line, the Bicycle Shack colors going to stretch it way on out, doing it out of Belton, Missouri. Going to be Zoe Holly grabbing up that first spot in the semi-main event. Oh, trying to hold them all off. Maverick coming all the way back to the stripe with a little bit of breathing room. Looking like Mackinson going to grab up that second spot in the semi-main event. Good racing to Murray and Welch out of motor number 23. 24 is a motor number. Last rack of 5-iron novice. Got Tarpening, Malone, Tierney, and Hall. Kasem Bo Hall sitting out on the 1 spot along with Ruby Tarpening. They're out on the 1-3. 1-2. Whoa. Words are hard, apparently. Down through the rhythm section, still Bo Hall and Ruby Tarpening out on the 1-2. Rosalie back to the 3 spot. That's Malone.
Attention.
Who are you yelling at?
Random start. Riders.
Tarpening doing a little bit of shopping in and out of that third and final corner. 2 riders going on now to a semi-main event. Ruby still wants to move on up to the 1 spot. Rosie Malone sitting back to the 3 spot, trying to make something happen all the way back to the line. But Carnage KCR colors of Bo Hall going to grab up 1 spot, and Ruby Tarpening going to grab up the 2nd spot out of 5-and-under novice round number 2. 25 is the motor number. 6-year-old novice got Quinn Connell, Evelyn Cady, and Nolan Carco. Got Nolan Carco sitting out front on this one right now. 364, that's Evelyn Cady sitting back to the 2 spot. We're taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Got Quinn Connell sitting on the outside looking in, doing all he can to move on up to those top 2 spots down through this tricky rhythm section. That's one of our new beginner league graduates as well. Got a couple of league riders in this moto. All the way back to the line. However, 2 riders going out to a main event. Nolan Carco stretching it on out for a little bit of real estate. He's going to grab up a spot in the main event. And Evelyn Cady going to grab up a spot in the main event out of 25. 26 a motor number. More 6-year-old novice got Tessa Nunes, Roman Hall, and Carter Jackson. Looking like Jackson and Nunes sitting out on the 1-2 as we come down through the second straightaway. Once again, 2 riders going on out to a main event. Roman Hall on the outside looking in, doing all he can to move on up. Tight racing out of the top 2 as we come in and out of the second corner. Still Carter Jackson sitting out of the 1 spot, 187 to Tessa Nunes out of Prattville, Alabama. Does that say Alabama? I just stopped when I saw my moto sheet. Whoa, welcome to Missouri. Oh, tight racing out of the top 2. Nunes sliding on up to the 1 spot as we come in and out of this third and final corner. Oh, Hall still sitting back to the 3, doing all kinds of shopping to try to move on up to a transfer spot as we come all the way back to the line. It's looking like Alabama all the way back out. It's going to be Tessa Nunes grabbing up 1 spot in a main event. Oh, tight racing on that one. Believe Carter Jackson held on for that 2nd spot. Good push out of Roman Hall. Out of 26. 27 is the motor number. 7-year-old novice taking 2 riders on out to a main event. Got Braxton Rao, Layla Lynn, and Carter Lloyd. Looking like Lynn and Lloyd sitting down on the 1-2 right now. Rao on the outside looking in, trying to find a way on up into a main event for the 7-year-old novice class. Still Carnage KCR colors of Layla Lynn sitting down on the 1 spot right now, followed up by Carter Lloyd. They're going to go 1-2 all the way back to the stripe. Rao going to put on the booster, see if he can make his way on up. Not quite going to have enough today. Going to go Lynn and Lloyd grabbing up your true transfer spots out of motor number 27. 28's a moto number. 8-year-old novice God, Vivian Deal, Riker Tarpening, and Ryan Tarpening. Deal sitting out of the 1 spot right now. Tarpening going to try to slide on up to the 1 spot. Going to take it away as we come out of the second corner. That's Ryan Tarpening moving on up to the 1 spot. Deal fighting back on the outside. Riker sitting back to the 3 spot, trying to find a hole, find a way to move on by if they start battling. Deal moving on up to the 1 spot. Front tire got a little bit squirrely. Going to move back by around the outside. All the way back at us. Deal sitting down on 1 spot. Ryan sitting back to the 2 spot right now. Riker trying to try to come on by. Sitting on down. Ryan Tarpening and Vivian Deal. Again, that's Vivian Deal and Ryan Tarpening grabbing up your 2 transfer spots out of motor number 28. 29's the motor number, 9-year-old novice. Oh, lost one rider sitting over there. Believe that was Pavon in turn number 2, getting him checked out right away. Got Lamano and Welch sitting out on the 1-2, 879 bike. That's Wyatt Bella sitting out on the 3 spot. Taking 3 riders on out to a main event. Getting Roman Pavon checked out over there in turn number 2. He's up and talking, sitting up. All the way back at me, trying to grab up 3 spots. Salamano going to get a spot. Beanie Welch going to grab up a spot. Hi. Bella's grabbing up that 3rd transfer spot, but we give our hands together for Roman Pavon. Sliding out, believe went down in round number 1 as well. Went down in round number 2, going to get it picked on up and finish it out. Isaac Turner head on up to staging. Isaac Turner head on up to staging. Once again, riders, please pay attention to your moto numbers. Have yourself up there in ample time. We don't want to have to call for you guys a whole lot.
Okay, riders,
We got to call for you multiple times. We will run it without you.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
.30 is the moto number, 10-year-old novice. In and out of turn number 1, guys. Schellenberg, Team Money Stewart, and Smilenich. Smilenich sitting on the inside line trying to grab up the lead. Here comes Team Money on the outside line. In and out of this second corner. Smilenich going to try to take a peek at the inside line. Team Money going to slam that door shut. Total points racing on this one. They'll be doing it like this all 3 times tonight. Got Stewart and Smilenich out on the 1-2. Schellenberg back to the 3.
Okay, riders, random start.
Oh, that jersey's really cool. Her jersey says her name, first name on the front, last name on the back. I haven't seen that before. All the way back at me. Low points hunting on a Friday. Team Money going to grab up another ace. Smilenich going to grab up another 2. Schellenberg going to grab up another 3 out of motor number 30. 31's motor number, 11-year-old novice. Got Lando Eulery, Jacqueline Harrell, and Ethan Malone. Oh, Eulery and Harrell sitting out of the 1-2 right now. Ethan Malone back to the 3 spot. Mr. Red, White, and Blue as we come down through the 2 straightaway in and out of the second corner. Got Lando Eulery still sitting out of the 1 spot, followed by Jacqueline Harrell, league graduate, and Ethan Malone, another league graduate out of the previous racing league session. We're taking 2 riders on out to a main event.
Watch the gate.
All the way back at me. Lando Eulery going to grab up the first transfer spot. And no bias from the finish line at all. No, I'm just kidding. She's just cheering. Jacqueline Harrell grabbing up that second transfer spot out of motor number 31. Good racing to Ethan Malone. 32 is motor number 12-year-old novice. Got Isaac Turner, Cale Kepka, Garrett Winship, and the Maverick Conklin. Oh, taking 3 riders on out to the main event.
Okay, riders,
We're missing 2.
random
We got
start.
3 riders out here. Oh, we're only
Ready,
missing 1.
Watch the gate.
Got Winship sitting out on the 1 spot. Believe that's Cale Kepka back to the 2. All the way back at me. 3 spots up for grabs. They're all going to transfer on out. Winship going to get a spot. Kepka going to get a spot. And Mav Conklin going to grab up a spot out of motor number 32. 33 is the motor number, 13-year-old novice. Got Dill Pickle Harris, Caden King, and Tyler Malone. Caden King sitting out front right now, followed up by Dill Pickle Harris and Tyler Malone out on the 1-2-3. They're single file down through the rhythm section. Nice tight racing right here. Harris grab up that inside line, saw a gap open up, took it away real quick. Here comes a new move on the inside line. King sliding on by, tried the high-low, a little bumping and a run, and not quite going to slide on up to the 1 spot. 2 spots up for grabs out of this one. Dill Pickle Harris going to get a spot, and Caden King going to get a spot. Good racing from Malone out of 33. 34 is the motor number, 15-year-old novice. Got Blake Laney, Mark Schlotzhauer, and the Lady J, Julia Scott. Got Scott and Schlotzhauer out on the 1-2. Laney back to the 3. Down through the rhythm section. Scott got a 2 in round number 1. Going to try to tie up the points coming all the way back at us, all the way back to the stripe. Bikes for the likes of us colors out of Wentzville, Missouri. That's how it's going to go. The J Lady going to grab up. Lady J going to grab up the 1 spot. Schlotzhauer for the 2. Laney for the 3. Schlotzhauer and Scott go tied up into the main event. 35 is the motor number. 36 40-year-old Nervous. Got Cody Chidsey, Christina Boydston, Tim McDonald, and Tyler Sharp. 578 sitting out front, followed up by the 129.
Attention.
That's Sharp and McDonald out on the 1-2, followed up by Chidsey back to the 3 spot. See what we got coming all the way back at us. 3 riders going on out to a main event. Still the 578 sitting out front. That's Tyler Sharp all the way back to the line. Sharp going to get a spot along with the 129, 511. That's Tim McDonald. Ooh. I may have a wrong number plate on that one. I believe Chidsey got the 3rd spot at 35. 36 the motor number, 6-year-old intermediate. It's got Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Ender Gwynn. Looking like Tonga and Miller out on the 1-2 right now. Got Gwynn back to the 3 spot.
Okay, riders, random start.
Fighting for low points once again on this one. Miller grabbed up the ace in round number 1. All the way back to the line, tying up the points for the main event. Eli Tonga going to grab up the low point this time, followed up by Miller for the 2, Gwynn for the 3 out of motor number 36. 37's a moto number, 7-year-old intermediate. It's got Emmett Hall, Jackson Smoutich, and G Money, Grayson Toon. Total points racing on this one. Once again, they've been doing it like this all evening long. Hall was sitting out front in round 1, sitting out front again in round number 2, followed up by G Money and Smoutich outrunning 2-3. Down through the 3rd straightaway.
Ready, watch the gate.
854 by Cody Chidsey, by the way, in 35. Grabbed up the transfer spot out of that one. Just heads up. 37 all the way back to the line. Emmett Hall going to grab up yet another low point. Smoutich going to get close, but G-Money Chun going to get another 2. Smoutich for another 3 out of 37. 38's the moto number. Dotson, Unistal, and Surratt. Aiden Surratt sitting out front right now, followed up by Wild Wild West and Slow Mo Brodo. They're going to go 1, 2, 3 down through the rhythm section. Got Surratt, Unistal, Dotson, 1, 2, and 3. Total points racing on this one once again. They're going to do it like this all evening long. Surratt sitting on a low point after round number 1. Going to try to have a perfect score through 2 rounds. A little bit of airtime out of Surratt once again, all the way back at us. Aiden Surratt going to grab up the 1 spot. Wild Wild West going to grab up the 2 spot. And Dotson going to get the 3 out of 38. 39's a motor number, 9-year-old intermediate. It's got Brennan Hale, Everett Barton, Dylan Stinky, Harrell, and Sawyer Penny. Got Harrell and Penny sitting out on the 1-2 right now. I believe Penny had the whole shot on that one. Harrell going to slide on by in the 2nd corner. Penny going to slide back on by as we go into turn number 3. Going to come around the outside. Race brewing back for the 3rd and final transfer spot, but all the way back to the line. The State 1 for the Edge Racing crew of Penny going to grab up the 1 spot, followed up by Stinky Harrell and the 75 bike of Everett Barton grabbing up that 3rd and final transfer spot out of motor number 39. 40's a motor number, 10-year-old intermediates. Got Harves, Olson, and Dobbs. Got Creighton Harves sitting out front right now, followed up by Taylor Dobbs, Lily Olson on the outside looking in, taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one.
Ready, watch the gate.
But it's all 45 bike for the Edge Racing crew coming out of Blue Springs, Missouri. Going to be Creighton Harves and Taylor Dobbs out on the 1-2 all the way back to the line. Let's see if Olson can make something happen all the way back at us. Not quite going to have enough today. Going to go Harves and Dobbs for your 2 transfer spots out of motor number 40. 41's motor number, 11 intermediates. Got Barker, Lakey, Conklin, Bass, and Bass. 5 riders come in, 4 riders come out, combined in moto 41 and 42. Got Barker, Benny the Jet, Hunter Conklin, and Zach Tack sitting out on the 1, 2, 3, 4. The Bullet Bill on the outside looking in. Going to see what Lakey can make happen as we head in out of the 3rd and final corner. Benny the Jet trying to go around the outside of Barker. Conklin down on his own in turn number 3. That's an open the door for Lakey. Conklin's back up on his feet. Give him a hand, but it's going to go whole shot Barker for a spot. Benny the Jet Bass for a spot, along with Zach Attack Bass. And on a little bit of a lucky draw, Vincent Lakey grabbing up that 4th and final transfer spot. Conklin's back up on his feet. We got the visor put back on. Good call.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
They're yelling at each other. 43 is motor number, 12 intermediates. Got
Ready, watch the gate.
Rorden, Super Sophia Campbell, Lillian McDonald, Hunter, Lemon Johnson, and Gunner the Gladiator Nash. 4 spots up for grabs on this one, all the way back at us. Riordan, London Johnson, Gunner Nash, and Sophia Campbell going to grab up your 4 transfer spots. Good racing for McDonald out of motor number 43. 44 is motor number, 13-year-old intermediate. Scott Benjamin Fetch, Neon Noah Odell, Archer Penny, and Kyle Smilenich. Penny was sitting on that 3 spot. Smilenich and a slide on by, take it away. They're going to go side by side for that 3rd and final spot. As we go down through the rhythm section, got Odell sitting out on the 1 spot, followed up by Fetch back to the 2. I'm used to seeing Benjamin in all black. All the way back at me, 3 spots up for grabs. Going to go Neon Noah Odell, Benjamin Fetch, and KJ Smilenich grabbing up your transfer spots out of motor number 44. 45 is motor number, 14 intermediates. Got the Maverick, Kirby Green, Dakota the Golden Peddler Harrison, Caden Kohler. Got Kohler and the Golden Peddler sitting out 1 and 2. The Maverick, brand new intermediate. He's already clipped in too. You love to see it. Back down through the 3rd turn. The Golden Peddler trying to find a way on by on the outside. Kohler slammed that door shut. They're racing for low points on a Friday. Kohler got the low point through round number 1. Going to hold on to it for round number 2. Going to go Kohler, Harris, Green, 1, 2, and 3 out of motor number 45. 46 motor number, 16 intermediates. Got Velasquez, Seedorf, and Kelly. Kyle Velasquez sitting out front right now. Got Super Cooper Kelly back to the 2 spot. And Juicy J. Seedorf back to the 3. This one is not total points. What you see is what you get. Seedorf trying to find a way on up to a main event, but the Edge Racing boys sitting out front right now, coming all the way back at me. Got Velasquez and Kelly not wanting to give up any room all the way back to the line. Kyle Velasquez going to punch his ticket to the main event along with Cooper Kelly. Out of moto number 46. 47's moto number 41 to 45-year-old intermediates. Got Garrett Dudley, Brian Barton, and Scott Johnson. Oh, 55 Micah Dudley sitting out front right now. Got 67 Micah Barton sitting back to the 2 spot. Scott Johnson on the outside looking in, going to try to find a way on up to the main event. In and out of this third and final corner, all the way back at us. Still Dudley sitting out on the 1 spot. Here comes Johnson trying to find a way on up to the main event. All the way back to the line. Going to go Garrett Dudley for 1 spot. We'll get word from the finish line on that second transfer.
Attention.
Meanwhile, 48's motor number 46, 50-year-old intermediates. Got Zechariah Hinton, Keith Skeeter Woolery, and Grandma Mary Wallace. This one is not total points. Top 2 going on out to the main event. Hinton's already taken a seat coming in and out of the third and final corner. Got Skeeter Woolery back to the 2 spot. That's how they're going to go all the way back to the line. Going to go Hinton and Woolery taking spots to the main event. .49 is the motor number. 11-year-old girls experts. Got Sutton, Ponytail, Fessler, Baya Quads, Dotson, and Tatum Todd Wellborn. Got Fessler and Wellborn 1-2. Baya Quads, Dotson back to the 3 spot. Total points racing on this one. They're going to do it like this all evening long. Wellborn trying to find some low points in and out of this third and final corner. Wellborn doing all kinds of shopping. Doesn't look like she's quite going to have enough all the way back to the line. See what we got coming all the way back at us. Fessler going to come away with 2 low points, followed up by Wellborn for the 2 spot, Dotson for the 3. 50's the moto number. Welcome to the expert class. Got Elijah Holly, Tristan Moorhead, and the Golden Boy, Graham Little. Got Little and Moorhead sitting out on the 1-2. Holly on the outside looking in, taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Got the freaky fast duo right now. Little and Moorhead still sitting out on the 1-2. Holly trying to find a way on up to the main event. In and out of this third and final corner. That might be the only time I've ever seen Graham take an outside line into turn 3. As we come all the way back to the line, a little air show out of the top 2. All the way back as the Golden Boy going to get a spot, and T-Bone Moorhead going to get a spot out of motor number 50. 51 is the motor number. 9-year-old experts. Got Braden the Spear Holt, Juicebox Arrow Bailey, and Corbin Clutch Howard. Got Bailey and Howard sitting out on the 1-2 right now, followed up by the Spear Holt back to the 3 spot, trying to find a way on up to the main event. What you see is what you get out of this one. We're taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Got Bailey and Howard still sitting out on the 1-2. Juicebox and Clutch coming all the way back to the line. The Spear going to shut it on down. Holt said, I'll save it for another day. Arrow Bailey going to get a spot in the main event along with Corbin Howard. Out of 51. 52 is the motor number. 10-year-old experts. Got Austin Boyce, Gavin the G-Man Campbell, Racing Case and Murray. Got Boyce and Campbell sitting out on the 1-2 right now. Racing Case on the outside looking in, trying to find a way on up. Going to go side by side. Going to go around the outside of the G-Man down as we go through the rhythm section. Still Boyce and Murray sitting out on the 1-2. Campbell going to now try to find his way on up to the main event. He said, I'm not even going to try, man. You see how fast he went by me? Back at me. Going to go Austin Boyce for a spot and Racing Case and Murray for a spot out of motor number 52. 53 is a motor number. 11-year-old experts. Got Licktie, Dudley, and Laredo. Jack Attack Licktie sitting out on the 1 spot right now. Freaky Fast Colors out of Des Moines, Iowa. Got Hector Laredo Jr. sitting back to the 2 spot, followed by Landon Dudley to the 3. In and out of the third and final corner. Low points hunting on this one once again, all the way back at us. Laredo put up a fight for some low points in round number 1. A little bit more authority in this one for Licktie all the way back at us. Semi-main events are posted. Semi-main events are posted. Go check them out. BlueSpringsBMX.com, live motos. Go select semi-main events as your round. Out of that one, Laredo going to grab up the 2. Licktie for the 1. Dudley for the 3. 54 is the motor number. 12-year-old experts. Got the Nightmare Liam Taylor, the Silent Assassin Logan Carson, and Patrick Couts. All the way back at me. Low points on this one. Once again, total points race. And Couts going to try to find a way on up to the 1 spot. Flat lane going to shut it on down. Going to go Silent Assassin Carson, followed up by Couts and Taylor 1, 2, and 3. 55 is a moto number. 13-year-old or 14 experts. Got the Orange Crusher, Hingle, Thornton, Neal, Hattie, and Wiseman. 5 riders on track. 4 going on up to the main event. Thornton on the outside looking in. Got Hingle, Wiseman, Neal, and Hattie sitting out on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Hattie got Thornton all over the hip pocket. Going to try to find a way on up to the main event as they come all the way back at us. Wiseman going to take a peek on out, trying to move up to the 1 spot. But as we come back at us, transfers are Hingle, Wiseman, Neal, and Hattie. Going 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of that one. Getting bigger, getting faster. 57's a motor number. 15-year-old experts. Oh, a deal just about. Endoed into that second corner. Going to go Deal and Penny out on the 1-2. Olsen for the 3 spot. Braden got a little too cute sitting out front. Just about took himself out of the running. Oh, Olsen going to take a shot at second place. Didn't quite have enough. Had to pull some brake in that third and final corner. All the way back at me. Going to go deal. Penny for your 2 transfer spots. Out of 57. 58's a moto number. 17 to 20-year-old experts. Got Jordan Blake, Lola Johnzovic, and Riley Blake. Got Lola J sitting out front right now on the NAC 5 plate for the Factory Power Light DFR crew. On to Wheels Colors of Blake sitting back to the 2 spot. Oh, that's Jordan Blake. Riley sitting back on the 3. Jordan, you'd think you'd let her by as little as she races. All the way back at me, 2 spots up for grabs into a 17 to 20X main event. Lola J going to get a spot. And, whoa. I'm going to need to hear from the finish line on that one. 59's a motor number, last one of the day, 26, 35-year-old experts. Got Rao, Mercer, and Rimmer. Andrew Rao sitting out on the 1 spot. I believe that's John Rimmer sitting back to the 2. All the way back at me, 2 spots available in the main event. Andrew Rao going to get a spot, and the 195 of John Rimmer going to get a spot in the main event out of motor number 59. That'll do it for round number 2, everybody. We will see you guys for main events. Everybody head on over to concessions, get yourself something to eat, something to drink. Semi-main events, head on up to staging. Semi-main events, head on up to staging. 500 novice and opens. All right, everybody, just heads up. Out of motor number 58, 17 and 20-year-old experts. Transfer out of that final spot was Jordan Blake. Jordan and Riley were real close to the line. Jordan grabbed up that second and final transfer spot out of 17 to 20 expert. All right, everybody, we're going to read off semi-main events while we get them posted up for you guys. 5 and under novice semi-main events. Moto number 1 for 5 and under semi, Austin Casita, Rhett Chitwood, Piper Harves, Adric Connell, Maverick Mackison, and Ruby Tarpening. Moto number 2 for 5 and under novice semi-main event, Declan Kreisa, Madden Kilberg, Weston Moore, Kaliana Chidsey, Zoe Holly, and Kasembo Hall. Then as we move on over to the open semi-main events, moto number 1 going to be Connor Toussaint Coonan, Logan the Silent Assassin Carson, Liam the Nightmare, Hector Laredo Jr., Corbin Davidson, and Arrow Bailey. That's for 912 open moto number 1. Moto number 2 is going to be Patrick Couts, Xavier Davidson, Bash Noteboom, Anthony Johnson, Braxton Jackman, and Tyler McMorris. So once again, first semi-main event in the gate, Connor Toussaint Coonan. Behind the gate, I guess. They haven't given you all the green light quite yet. Connor Toussaint Coonan, Logan the Silent Assassin Carson, Liam the Nightmare Taylor, Hector Laredo Jr., Corbin Davidson, and Arrow Juicebox Bailey. Behind them, going to have Patrick Couts, Xavier Davidson, Bash Noteboom, Anthony Johnson, Braxton Jackman, and Tyler McMorris.
All right. Semi-main events. 9 and 12 open. Yeah. Lock, loaded, ready to go. We got Toussaint Coonan, the Silent Assassin Carson, the Nightmare Taylor, Hector Laredo Jr., Corbin Davidson, Juicebox Bailey.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate drop sound. Let's see who's got the pop. Looks like the Silent Assassin, Logan Carson, coming out of O'Fallon, Missouri. In and out of that first corner. He's going to pick up the whole shot. Who's behind him? The 20 bike. Got to be the Nightmare. Liam Taylor right there. Hector Laredo Jr. And Juicebox on the bubble right now. Toussaint Coonan in from the outside right now as they head through the section. It's all the Silent Assassin, Logan Carson on the top spot. Juicebox got one more straight to defend as they head down it. It's going to be Carson, Taylor, Laredo Jr., Juicebox. Arrow Bailey picks up that last spot.
Ready, watch the gate.
Gate drops down, motor number 4 on the track. Got Couts, Davidson, Noteboom, Johnson, Jackman, and McMorris on the track right now. In and out of that first corner. Looks like Couts on the top spot as they head down through the second straightaway. Looks like Davidson, Xavier Davidson on the 2. That's got to be Bash Noteboom. A Dasher Colors on the 3 spot. On the bubble, though, right now is AJ Johnson down through the section. Braxton Jackman, McMorris are on a mission to make that main event. Let's see what they can do. One corner and a straight to go. It's going to go Couts, Davidson, Noteboom, and Johnson on 2 wheels across the line. Good racing from McMorris and Jackman there. Just a tad. My bad. Motor number 5, 13 overs open. Got Ashley, Deal, Madden, Neal, Kurtz, Jonjovic into the first corner. Looks like Sugar Sean on the top spot. Got to be the Bumblebee, Braden Deal right there behind him. Lola J on the 3. Sugar Sean taking a high line into that second corner. Got to be Ashley on the bubble right now as they head into the last corner. Those top 4 making a breakaway to the finish line as they come back. Sean, Madden, Deal. Got to be Jonjovic and Ashley transferring on through.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Can't wait for this main event right now. Motor number 6. Got to be the captain, Kennedy, Speed Racer, Toll-Free, Freaky Fast McCann, Blake, Penny, and Lala Staten on the track right now. Looks like Jasper, the Beast, Kennedy up front. Got to be Freaky Fast. Austin McCann right there in the 2 spot. Be the World 4 bike on the 3. Lala, Eli Staten, and Speed Racer rounding out the top 4 as they head in and out of that last corner. Fastest lap of the night right here. Got to be the Beast, Jasper, Kennedy, McCann right there on the 2 spot. Staten and Toll-Free rounding out the top 4. Adric Connell to staging. Adric Connell to the gate. Well, he's the next moto, so. All right. 5 and under novice, motor number 7 now. Got Casita, Chitwood, Harves, Connell, Mackeson, and Tarpening. 4 riders to a main event. All right. Looks like he's getting his bike. I'm like, where are you hearing all this information? You got a headpiece in, earpiece. Yeah. I can't, when I'm out here and announcing and the walkie's like in my pocket, I can't hear it. So I want to put it right here, but if I put it right here, it's too close. The earpiece is probably really nice. All right. Oh, holding. Interfere, yeah. Hello, Kendall Harves. Half-track Harves. Yeah, it's not even half-track anymore. Sickle. Oh, wait. No.
Attention.
First corner,
Okay,
Kendall.
random
Yep,
start.
there it is.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Gate drops down. Got to be the most scariest moto of the night on the track. Looks like the Princess Piper Harves around the outside. Going to make her way to the top spot as they head into the first corner. In and out. Still, the Princess Piper Harves on the top spot. Got to be 877 bike. Ruby Tarpening right there on the 2. 324 bike. That's got to be Casita round the 3 spot. The 4th, the Bubble. Got to be the 373, Rhett Chitwood. On the Bubble as they head through. Still Harves, Tarpening, Casita, and Chitwood. 1, 2, 3, 4 as they head through the section.
Attention.
Single file action for these riders. Looks like Casita might try to make a high-low move happen around the last corner. All right, got to be Harves transferring on through, along with Tarpening, Casita, and Chitwood. Moving on now, motor number 8 on the track coming down that second straightaway. Got to be Kreisa, Kilberg, Moore, Chidsey, Hawley, and Hall. In and out of that second corner, who's on the top spot? Looks like the 871 bike. Got to be Matt and Kilberg up front right now, the 700 of Weston Moore right there on the 2 spot. 072, and we got a battle for that last transfer spot. Got to be Declan in the 3. Emmett Hall made his way around. He's in the 4 spot. Or not Emmett, Kasem. Cabo down that last straightaway. Looks like Kilberg, Moore across the finish line along with Declan and Cabo transferring on through to the main event. That's going to be it for your semifinals, and that's going to be it from me. Thank you.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, gate is down. Moto number 7, 8 and under opens. Got 1750 on the line to the winner. Got Graham, the Golden Boy Little, Emmett Hall, Jackson Bowie, Tristan T-Bone Moorhead, Slow-Mo Brody Dotson, and Austin Miller. Got Bowie, Little, Moorhead going 1, 2, 3 as we come out of the first corner. Bicycle Shack colors of the freight train on Jackson Bowie. Going to go one spot all the way down in turn number 2. Little pedal slip, got back on it nice and quick. The Golden Boy sitting right there back to the 2 spot, lurking as we go down through the rhythm section. T-Bone sitting back to the 3 spot. Emmett Hall on the outside looking in for a little bit of money. Trying to find his way on up. Bowie going to get through turn number 3 clean all the way back at us. 1750 into the pocket of Jackson Bowie. Cha-ching all the way back to the line. Little going to grab your 2 spot and 1050. And $7 going to go to Tristan Moorhead around the top 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Let me hear you. Blue Springs BMX 9 to 12-year-old open main event. Got Logan Carson, Liam Taylor, Hector Loretto Jr., Arrow Bailey, Patrick Couts, Xavier Davidson, Bash Noteboom, and AJ Johnson. Got the Silent Assassin and the Nightmare going to go 1, 2 as we come in and out of turn number 1. Got Noteboom sitting back to the 3 spot, followed up by Couts back to the 4. All the way in and turn number 2 going to go the Silent Assassin out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Logan Carson sitting out front, looking to take home $40 on a Friday night. Got the Nightmare sitting back to the 2 spot. Noteboom back to the 3. All the way back at us. Couts on the outside looking in for a little bit of money as we come all the way back at us in and out of the third and final corner. Going to go Logan Carson back to the line for the 1 spot. Noteboom going to sneak on by for the 2. The Nightmare going to go by for the 3. $40 into the pocket of the Silent Assassin. $24 going to Bash Noteboom. And $16 going to the Nightmare, Liam Taylor. Eyes up on the gate. Coming out of gate number 1. Doing it for the Factory Powerlight DFR crew. Nag number 5, Lola Jonjovic. Gate number 2 for the Factory Full Tilt Radio crew. World number 4, Flylie, Eli Staten. Coming out of gate number 3 on the District number 1 bike for On 2 Wheels out of KCMO, Sugar Sean Madden. Out of gate number 4, the captain for the team, Freaky Fast. Nag number 9 bike, Freaky Fast himself, Austin McCann. Gate number 6, Edge Racing Colors on the State 3 bike, the Bumblebee, Braden Deal. That was 5. Gate 6, 16 bike On 2 Wheels, the Racer. That's Amir Tolfree. Gate number 7, El Capitan for the Bicycle Shack crew, Nag 15, Jasper the Captain Kennedy. And at number 8 for the Gold Coast Daylight crew, District number 5 bike, Jameson Ashley.
Attention.
Shh.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down. Wheelie out of Staten. Pretty good shot out of McCann and Kennedy. They're going to go side by side in and out of turn 1. Madden taking a peek at the inside line. Going to go Kennedy, Madden. Oh, McCann, Madden. Braden Deal sliding on up to the 3 spot. Jay and Eli Staten back to the 4-5. Going to go McCann, Madden, Deal. 1, 2, 3 as we come all the way back through the rhythm section. All kinds of action. Tolfree and Jay sliding way on back. All the way back at us, looking like Freaky Fast sitting out on the 1 spot, trying to take home some money on a Friday. Show the kids who's boss. All the way back at us, Trigger Sean Madden back to the 2 spot. Here comes Flylie coming on by for the 3. Going to go McCann for the 1 spot, Madden for the 2. Flylie Staten coming on by for the 3 spot. The Bumblebee Deal rounding out the top 4. How to shuffle on that one. Tolfree fall way back. Whole lot of money going into the pocket of Austin McCann. Taking home $35 for the win. $21 going to the
Okay, riders, random start.
$21 going to Matt,
Riders
14 to
ready,
Flylie
watch the
State.
gate.
Let me get myself sorted back out again after that one. 17 to 20-year-old Lady Cruisers, 14 is the moto number. Got April Carol Sutton, the Ponytail Fessler, and Kaylin Kit Kat Holt. Got Holt and Fessler out on the 1-2, high lines in and out of that first corner. April Carroll back to the 3 spot, all the way down through the 2 straightaway. Still Holt and Fessler out on the 1-2. Freaking way upstairs. Kit Kat taking a step up, going into turn number 2. All the way going to be Holt. Fessler still sitting out on the 1-2. Carroll giving some chase back to the 3 spot. We're total points racing on this one. They've been doing it like this all evening long. Kit Kat been grabbing up 1s all night long. She's going to grab up another one all the way back out. It's a perfect night for Holt, grabbing up the overall ace. Fessler for the 2, Carroll for the 3. 15 is the moto number. 41 to 45-year-old Lady Cruisers got Susan Connell, Christina Boydston, and Grandma Mary Wallace. Down through the 2 straightaway. League graduate Susan Connell sitting out on the 1 spot. 2 aces so far on the night out of Warrensburg, Missouri. Boydston sitting back there on the 2 spot. Grandma Mary for the 3. Single file action down through the rhythm section. Once again, total points on this one. They've been
Attention.
doing it like this all night long. Going to try to hold it on down all the way back to the stripe.
Ready? Watch the gate.
All the way back at me. 381 bike. Susan Connell going to grab up her third ace of the night and the overall 1 spot. Christina Boydston going to come back home for the 2. Grandma Mary Wallace for the 3 out of moto number 15. 16's the moto number. 9-year-old cruisers got Connor Toussaint Kuhn and Bea Quads Dotson and the Spear Braden Holt. Got Toussaint Kuhn and Holt out of the 1, 2. Quads Dotson back to the 3 as we come in and out of turn number 2. All the way back at me, still the bicycle shack colors, the Toussaint Kuhn sitting out of the 1 spot, followed up by Holt. Here comes Dotson trying to make a run down through the inside line. Outside line, third straightaway. Wow, words are hard tonight. Oh, Dotson taking a peek, but it's all style and air for Toussaint Kuhn all the way back at me. Not total points on this one. What you see is what you get. Toussaint Kuhn going to get the 1 spot. Dotson going to sneak on by for the 2. Holt for the 3. 17's moto number. 10-year-old cruisers got Racing Case and Murray, Bash No Boom, and EJ Hawthorne. Hawthorne slam the door shut. Here comes that Astor Colors of Bash No Boom. Sliding on up to the 1 spot. Here comes Hawthorne, Racing Case and Murray back to the 3, trying to stir things up just a little bit. Hawthorne got a... Oh, I was about to say he got a taste of No Boom. He's going to put No Boom on the white line. Lost Bash out of turn number 3. All the way back out is EJ Hawthorne. No quit in him. All the way back to the line. Going to go Hawthorne. Murray getting Bash No Boom checked out. He's up on his feet over there just about. We're going to move on up to the side on that one. What race? 18's the motor number. 11-year-old cruisers got Atlanta Dudley, Jack Attack Licktie, and Bryce the Big Dog Carson. Got Licktie and Carson out of the 1, 2. Dudley for the 3. No Boom's up on his feet. Going to let him hang tight for just a second. He tried to go around the outside, got a little bit of white line treatment out of Edric Hawthorne. All the way back at me. Freaky Fast Crew out of Des Moines, Iowa. Going to go Jack Attack Licktie for the 1 spot. Bryce Carson for the 2. Landon Dudley for the 3. That's how they did it all night long. Give it up for No Boom. He's back up on his feet, back on the pedals, rolling down through the 4th straightaway. I bet he's excited. He's like, I haven't had anybody race me like that in a little while.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Gate is down to motor number 19. 13-year-old cruisers got Logan the Silent Assassin, Carson Jordan, and the rider, the Tank Thornton. Oh, Thornton got a pretty good shot as we go in and out of turn number 1. Silent Assassin back to the 2 spot. Riordan back to the 3. In and out of turn number 1. The Tank got a pretty good hold shot on this one. He's sitting on 2s right now. Carson just got to finish in the top 2, and he'll take home an 1 on the night.
Attention.
All the way back down the 3 straightaway. Still, the Tank sitting out front right now. Onto wheels colors of Thornton out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Carson sitting back to the 2 spot. Riordan back to the 3. All the way back at me. Ryder Thornton going to cross with the 1, but he's going to grab with the overall 2 on the night. That honor goes to Logan Carson with the overall 1. Riordan back to the 3 spot out of 19. 20's a moto number. 15-year-old cruisers got Becca Strike, Keller Olson, and the Golden Peddler Dakota Harris. Got Strike and Olson sitting down on the 1, 2 right now, followed up by Harris back to the 3 spot. This one's total points, and they've been doing it like this all evening long. Strike, Olson, Harris, 1, 2, and 3 all the way back at me. Out of St. Peters, Missouri, Beckett Strike going to grab up the 1 spot. Olson for the 2, Harris for the 3 out of moto number 20. 21's a moto number. 46 50-year-old cruisers got Corey Brown, David Boydston, and Dan the Man Lopez. Corey Brown sitting out on the 1 spot right now. Boydston and Lopez doing a little bit of battle. And get off my lawn. Lopez going to slide on up to the 2 spot. Boydston putting up a fight for the 2. He wants that overall. Here we come through the rhythm section. Going to try to put a little squeeze on the man. In and out of the 3rd and final corner. Boydston going to move on up to the 2 spot all the way back at me, though it's Purple Heart Racing colors of Corey Brown. All the way back at us. Going to go Brown, Boydston, and get off my lawn. Lopez, 1, 2, and 3. 5 and under novice, getting nice and loud for him. Cheer him on. Got Austin Casita, Rhett Chitwood, Piper Harves, Ruby Tarpon, and Declan Chryso, Madden Kilberg, Weston Moore, and Kasem Bo Hall. Kilberg, Moore, Harves out on the 1, 2, 3 right now. Ruby Tarpening back to the 4 spot. 324 back to 5. That's Austin Casita. Oh, here comes Harves. Harves moving on up to the 2 spot in that 2nd corner. Going to go on by Moore, but it's all Madden Kilberg stretching it way on out through the 3rd straightaway. Moore and Harves going to go side by side through the rhythm section. All the way back at us. Let's see what we got coming in and out of this 3rd and final corner. Tarpening still sitting back to the 4 spot. Back 2, 3 battling, but it's all Madden Kilberg wire to wire on this one back at the stripe. Kilberg going to grab up the 1 spot. Piper Harves going to grab up the 2. Weston Moore going to come home for the 3.
Attention.
Battle between Casita and Tarpening for the 4, 5. Casita going to grab up the 4 spot. Ruby Tarpening for the 5. 6-year-old novice main event, Elliott Bailey, Edwin Welch, Evelyn Cady, Nolan Carco, Noons, Finn Boyer, River Banks, and Carter Jackson. Pretty good shot out of Bailey, but it's all River Banks. And out of turn number 1, got Banks, Bailey, Carco, Welch, 1, 2, 3, and 4 as we come all the way back down through the 2 straightaway. Still Banks sitting down on the 1 spot, followed up by Bailey and Carco, 1, 2, and 3. Welch on the outside looking in for the post, looking like Finn Boyer and Evelyn Cady. Cady going to slide on up to the 5 spot. But it's all single file down through the 3 straightaway. Still River Banks. Here comes Bailey on the outside, going to try to find a way on up. Nolan Carco says, hold on, I want the inside line. I want a piece of this. 3 wide bars are banging as we go in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Carco going to try to slide on up to the 2 spot. Bailey going to have to tuck on back for a 3 as we come all the way back to the line. Banks still sitting out of the 1 spot. Whole lot of pressure from Nolan Carco. That's how they're going to go back to the line. For the 1 spot, River Banks, Nolan Carco, and Elliott Bailey. 1, 2, 3. Welch round out the top 4. 7-year-old novice main event, Moto 27. Wyatt Bellis to staging. Wyatt Bellis up to staging. Wyatt Bellis head on up to staging ASAP. We need you. 7 novice main event, 27's moto number. Guy Beckham, Nacho Eulery, Chase Kilberg, Layla Lynn, and Carter Lloyd. Looking live. Beckham Eulery sitting out front right now, followed up by Carter Lloyd and Layla Lynn out 1, 2, and 3. Lost Lloyd. There goes Kilberg. Took a piece of the front wheel. Those 2 are down on the 3 straightaway. Both of them moving around. Going to get them both checked out, coming all the way back at us. That shuffles things a bit, coming all the way back at us, but it's all Eulery sitting out front from the get-go. Didn't bother him one bit. Beckham Eulery going to come home for the 1 spot. Layla Lynn for the 2. Kilberg's up. Lloyd's up. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. They're both back up on their feet, back up on the pedals. Turn over to 28 is the motor number. 8-year-old novice. Got Holly Casita, Vivian Deal, Axel Miracle, and Ryan Tarping. Got Miracle in the 49 bike of Casita sitting out on the 1, 2, looking like Ryan Tarping sitting on the 3 spot. Vivian Deal back to the 3. All the way back at me on that previous moto, Carter Lloyd going to grab up the 3 spot, Chase Kilberg for the 4.
Attention.
But as we come out of the 3rd and final corner, 8-year-old novice, it's all Axel Miracle coming all the way back at me. Miracle going to grab up the 1 spot, followed up by Holly Casita, 1, 2, and Vivian Deal going to grab up the 3 out of motor number 28. 29's the motor number. 9 novice got a foot down on a couple of riders back there. Look like Bellis and Lamano. But we got Adeline Hall, Colleen Beanie Welch, Sal Lamano, Wyatt Bellis, Nokasi Belcher, Kyson Parker, and Roman Pavon. Down through the 2 straightaway, looking like Belcher and Hall sitting down on the 1, 2. New rider try to slide on up to the 2 spot. That's Kyson Parker. Going to go Belcher, Parker, Hall, 1, 2, and 3. Lamano back to the 4. Adeline Hall going to slide on by for the 2 spot. Nokasi Belcher is checking out as we come in and out of this 3rd and final corner. Lamano trying to find a way on up to the top 3. But as we come all the way back to the line, Nokasi Belcher going to grab up a dominant 1 spot. Adeline Hall going to come back home for a 2. Sal Lamano going to come on by at the line for a 3. Out of moto 29. 30 is the moto number. 10-year-old novice. Got Madeline Schellenberg, Trenton T-Money Stewart, and Emma Smilenich. As we head in and out of turn number 2, looking like Team Money and Emma Smilenich out on the 1, 2. Schellenberg back to the 3 spot. Is Trenton smiling? I can't tell off his helmet if he's smiling big or if it's just a shadow.
Okay, riders. Random stuff.
In and out of the 3rd and final corner. Still a little bit of commanding authority out of Team Money. Good battle in the first 2 motos, but he's going to check on out, seal the deal as we come all the way back to the line. Team Money going to grab up his 3rd ace of the night and your overall 1 spot. Smilenich going to come back home for the 2. Schellenberg for the overall 3. 31's the moto number. 11-year-old novice. Got Landon Eulery, Jacqueline Harrell, Dylan King, and Everett E-Money Carlton. Got King and Eulery sitting out of the 1, 2. Here comes E-Money Carlton. Going to try to take 3. He's going to try to go 2 for 1. Eulery slammed the door shut. Landon Eulery going to slide on up to the 1 spot.
Attention.
Dylan King left the door a little bit open. Going to have to do a little hunting as we go back down through the 3 straightaway. He's going to try to have to find his way back on up to a 1 spot. Took a peek at the inside line. Not going to have anything there. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the stripe. Got Eulery, King, Carlton out of the 1, 2, 3. Harrell back to the 4 spot. That's how it's going to go back to the line for Eulery. Going to grab up the 1. E-Money going to come by for the 2 spot. Dylan King for the 3 out of 31. 32's moto number. 12-year-old novice. Got Kyle Kepka, Rayleigh King, Antonio Lopez DeWart, Jackson Lester, Garrett Winship, and the Maverick Conklin. Got King and the 44 bike sitting out front right now. That's Jackson Lester. Got King, Lester, and Lopez DeWart sitting out on the 1, 2, 3. Winship back to the 4. Oh, no, we lost King over there in turn number 1. Lester just about white line, went over the corner, going to get back on it, save it, come out all the way back at us for the 1. Happy birthday, Jackson Lester, going to come home for the 1 spot. Antonio Lopez DeWart for the 2. Garrett Winship for the 3. Cody Chidsey staging. Cody Chidsey up to staging. 33 is a moto number. 12-year-old novice. Got Bentley Morgan, Dill Pickle Harris, Caden King, and Corbin Skaggs. Got Morgan and Skaggs out on the 1-2. Dill Pickle Harris back to the 3 spot. King to the 4. All the way back at me. Skaggs trying to reel him in just a little closer, but it's all AOT colors of Bentley Morgan. All the way back at me. Morgan going to come home for the 1 spot, followed by Skaggs and Dill Pickle Harris, 1, 2, and 3. 34 is the moto number. 15-year-old novice. Got Julia the J, Lady J Scott, Blake Laney, and Mark Schlottauer. Scott and Schlottauer tied up in points. Laney trying to stir things up a little bit. Move on up to the 2 spot as we come all the way in and out of turn number 2. Cody Chidsey, last call up to staging. Cody Chidsey, last call up to staging. Schlottauer and Scott tied up on points. Schlottauer rumbling closer, but I heard that this will be the last time around as a novice if she comes all the way back to the line. Schlottauer trying to make it close. Get nice and loud, ladies and gentlemen. Last time across as a novice. Julia Scott moving on up into the intermediate class with that one. Congratulations to Julia Scott. That's win number 10, newest USA BMX intermediate rider. Last call for Cody Chidsey. Last call for Cody Chidsey.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number, gate is down. Moto number 35, 36 to 40-year-old novice. Got Alvin Howard, Shane Noons, Team McDonald, and Tyler Sharp. Pretty good shot out of the outside line. See what we got coming all the way back at us. Looking like 857 bike leading him down the 2 straightaway. That's Shane Noons coming all the way out of Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, all the way back at us. Looking like Noons out on the 2 spot right now, 578 and the 129. That's Tyler Sharp in the 129 at McDonald back to the 2 spot. Alvin Howard sitting back to the 3, all the way back at us, in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Still Noons sitting out on the 1 spot. All the way back at me. Sharp going to grab up the 2 spot. Tim McDonald for the overall 3 on the night out of 36 to 40-year-old Nervous. 6-year-old intermediates got Austin Miller, Eli Tonga, and Ender Gwynn. We're racing total points on this one, but Miller and Tonga are tied up in points. It's whoever crosses the line first in this one going to get the overall win. All the way back at me. Tonga doing a little looking around, trying to see what kind of room he's got all the way back at us.
Attention.
Gwynn sitting back to the 3 spot, but it's all eyes up on the battle up front. Going to go between Tonga and Miller. Oh, Miller going to take a high line, try to get a little bit of a run as we come in and out of turn number 3, but Tonga might have given himself just enough room to coast on back to the line. That's how it's going to roll. Eli Tonga grabbing your overall 1 spot. Austin Miller going to get the overall 2. Ender Gwynn going to get the overall 3 out of moto number 36. 37's the moto number. 7-year-old intermediates got Emmett Hall, Jackson Smilenich, and Grayson G Money Tune. Got Hall and G Money sitting at the 1-2 right now, followed by Smilenich back to the 3. As we come out of turn number 2 all the way back at me, it's all Emmett Hall sitting back way off front. Going to stretch it on out through the rhythm section. I can never tell what he yells, but he always yells. G Money Tune sitting back to the 2 spot. Smilenich to the 3. Smilenich and Tune doing a little bit of battle. They're sitting on pretty even points as we come back all the way through the line. But it's all Emmett Hall skying it way on up. Going to grab his 3rd ace of the night in your overall 1 spot. Same for Tune. Going to grab up his 3rd 2. Smilenich going to come home with the 3s. 38's the moto number. 8-year-old intermediates got Brody Dotson, Wild Wild West, Unistall, and Surratt. Surratt and Unistall sitting out on the 1-2 right now. Dotson back to the 3. Total points racing on this one. Surratt got himself a couple of aces so far. Just got to hold it down all the way back to the stripe to come home with an overall 1. Here comes Wild Wild West around the outside line. Unistall with a little bit of authority going to slide on up to the 1 spot. Surratt wants to win all 3. Knows he doesn't have to get the win all the way back to the stripe to come home with the overall. West Unistall going to get but your overall 2 on the night. Aiden Surratt going to come home with the overall 1 spot, followed by Unistall and Dotson. Oh, white line action. 9 intermediates. 39's the motor number. Got Everett Barton, Dylan Stiggy, Harrell, Jackson Lynn, Sawyer Penny, and Saucony. Got Hall and Lynn sitting out on the 1-2 right now. Lynn getting a little bit of white line treatment from his teammate. Got Sawyer Penny moving on up to the 3 spot, followed up by Harrell back to the 4.
Okay, riders.
There could have been a special moment tonight. Saucony Hall trying to ruin the party. Here comes Lynn trying to move on up to the expert class all the way back to the line. What a way to do it all the way back at me. Going to go Lynn, Hall, Penny. Jackson Lynn is your newest USA BMX expert rider. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I was just starting to announce how Saucony spoiled the party, and then bam, expert. 10 intermediates are the moto number. 40 is the moto number. 10 intermediates. Got Big Mac Duval, Edric Hawthorne, Creighton Harves, and Talon Dobbs. Got Hawthorne sitting out front. Little slip on the pedal. Going to get back on it nice and quick. Got Big Mac sitting back to the 2 spot. Harves to the 3. Taylor Dobbs to the 4. What you see is what you get out of this one all the way back at me. Freaky Fast Color sitting out of the 1 spot. Big Mac trying to spoil the party just a little bit. Going to tuck on out, see what he's got all the way back to the line. A little bobble, not quite enough. Going to go Hawthorne, Duval, Harves, 1, 2, and 3. Stacked one coming back at me. 11 intermediates, 41-42 combined. Got Barker, Lakey, Lamano, Curley, Bass, Morgan, Davidson, and Bass. Bro and Morgan sitting out front right now, followed up by Curley, Barker, and Davidson out 2, 3, 4.
Attention.
Still Bro and Morgan sitting out front. Curley got a peek at the inside line. Didn't quite pull the trigger on it. Davidson going to slide on up to the 3 spot, moving on by whole shot Barker all the way back at me. A little bit of airtime out of Morgan. That's how it's going to go back to the line. Gonna go Morgan, Curley, Davidson, 1, 2, 3 out of that one. Johnson got a pretty good shot. Velasquez going to give him a little bit of white line treatment. 12 intermediates, 43 is the motor number. Got Velasquez, Riordan, McMorris, Campbell, Johnson, and Nash. This moto is brought to you by Johnson, and Nash. Down through the 3 straightaway, still Edge Racing Colors of Velasquez sitting out of the 1 spot. Got A.J. Johnson, Tyler McMorris back to the 2, 3, Riordan back to the 4. As we come in and out of the 3rd and final corner, still the Shiny Rock 1 for the Edge Racing crew looking like Cody Velasquez all the way back at me. Battle on the 3 spot behind us, but it's all Velasquez and A.J. Johnson. McMorris going to grab up the 3 spot.
Attention.
Out of moto number 43. Whoa. Weird.
Ready, watch the gate.
44 is the motor number. 13-year-old intermediate. Scott Belgrave, Fetch, Odell, Holton, Smilinich. Pretty good shot out of Belgrave on the outside line. See what Kit Kat Holt can make happen on the inside. Kit Kat going to slide on out with the whole shot. Got Belgrave, Odell, Smilinich back to the 2, 3, 4. Belgrave got a little bit of momentum down 2 straightaways. See what he can make happen as we head in and out of the 2nd corner. Still Freaky Fast Colors of Holt sitting out on the 1 spot. Got Belgrave and back to the 2, 3. Followed up by Smilinich and Fetch. Belgrave all over the back wheel trying to find a little something. Coming back down through the 4th straightaway. Tuck on out, take a peek. Nothing there. Going to go Holt, Belgrave, and I believe Odell grabbed up that 3 spot at the line. 45 is the moto number. 14-year-old intermediate. Scott Green, Harris, and Kohler. Caden Kohler doing it for the bicycle crew sitting out front right now. Dakota Golden Peddler Harris sitting back to the 2 spot. Kirby the Maverick Green, brand new intermediate, running back to the 3.
Ready, watch the
a little bit of style out of Kohler. Total points on this one. He's got 2 aces on the night. Knows he just got to hold down top 2 to take home the 1. All the way back at me. That's how it's going to go. 3 aces on the night for Kohler. Golden Peddler going to get the 2 spot. Green for the 3. 46 motor number. 16 intermediate. Scott Velasquez, Svoboda, and Kelly. Got Cooper Kelly with a pretty good shot out of turn number 2 right now. Cheese Dust Svoboda hanging back to the 2 spot. Velasquez to the 3. See if Svoboda can make a little bit of magic happen, same way she did in round number 1. Taking a look at the inside. Didn't think she'd have enough room. She absolutely did. Velasquez and Kelly going to rub elbows a little bit. Kelly got a little bit of a shot down through the 4th straightaway. See what we got. 3 wide all the way back to the line. Going to go Svoboda, Kelly, Velasquez. 1, 2, 3 on that one. 37's a motor number. 41, 45-year-old intermediate. Scott Garrett Dudley, Grant Bradshaw, Brian Barton. All the way back at me. Grant Bradshaw sitting out front on this one, followed up by Dudley. 2, 3, single file action as we go down through the rhythm section. All the way back to the line. Not total points on this one. What you see is what you get. Going to go Bradshaw, Dudley, Barton. 1, 2, 3 out of 47. 48's the motor number. 46, 50-year-old intermediates. Got David Boydson, Zechariah Hinton, and Keith Skeeter Woolery. Got Hinton and Boydson sitting out on the 1, 2 right now. Skeeter Woolery back to the 3. Boyston trying to do a little bit of shopping. This one is not total points. What you see, what you get out of this one. Still Zechariah Hinton doing it for the Bikes for the Likes of Us crew out of Kansas City, Missouri. All the way back at me. That's how it's going to go all the way back down to the stripe. Boyston shut it off just a little bit. Said, man, I got 2 big races the next couple of days. Hinton is down across the line. We'll wait for wording on scoring from that one. Believe he was connected to the bike. He was connected. That's going to go Hinton for the 1. Hey, you wrecked what you won. It's okay. Boyston for the 2 spot, Woolery for the 3. How about that out of moto number 48? 49's a moto number 1 moto for the Girls Club. 11-year-old experts, Scott Sutton, Ponytail Fessler, Bay Quads, Dotson, and Tatum Todd Wellborn. Got Fessler and Wellborn out on the 1, 2. Quads, Dotson back to the 3, all the way back to the line. Fessler been out front all night long, going to take home another ace all the way back out. It's going to go Fessler for the 1 spot, Wellborn for the overall 2, Dotson for the overall 3. Getting Mr. Hinton checked out over there on the 4th straightaway. He said, I'm fine. That is maybe the one time. This is why the BMX world is superstitious. That is maybe the one time ever out of turn 3 I made it sound like somebody was going to win the moto, and he wrecks on the last jump. Hey, there's kids around, Zach. There's kids around. I think he's all right. I don't know about you guys.
Attention.
Finish with style, they say, right?
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down. 50 is the motor number 8-year-old expert. Scott Jackson, Bowie, Tristan T-Bone Moorhead, and the Golden Boy Graham Little. Little got a decent shot. Bowie shut him down real quick as we go in and out of turn number 1. Got the Freight Train Jackson Bowie, Gold Cup 3 for the Bicycle Shack crew sitting out front on this one. Golden Boy Little back to the 2 spot. T-Bone Moorhead back to the 3. All the way back at us as we go in and out of the second corner looking like Bowie still trying to stretch it on now. Little trying to pull just a little bit closer. We go down through the rhythm section, nice and single file. Good space between these three as we go in and out of the third and final turn. Little going to get a little bit of a shot. T-Bone trying to inch a little closer for the 2 spot, but all the way back at us. Going to go Bowie, Little, Moorhead, 1, 2, and 3 on that one, all the way back to the line. 51's the motor number, 9-year-old experts guy, Bailey, Jackman, Howard, and Tucson Coonan. Jackman got a pretty good hole shot out of turn 1. Tucson Coonan is right there knocking on the door as we go in and out of the second corner. Still Jackman holding on to the 1 spot. Tucson Coonan and Howard all over that rear wheel. Juice box back to the 4 spot. As we go in and out of this third and final corner, Tucson Coonan trying to do everything he can to find a way on up to the 1 spot. What you see is what you get here, all the way back to the stripe. Tucson Coonan taking a peek on out all the way back to the line. Jackman going to turn on the boosters, hold on to it. Going to go Jackman, Tucson Coonan, and Howard, 1, 2, 3 out of 51.
Ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down to motor number 52, 10-year-old expert Scott Bash, Boom, Austin Boyce, Racing Case and Murray, and Xavier Davidson. Boyce shot on the inside line, but it's all Davidson in and out of turn number 1, looking like Davidson, Bowie, or Davidson, Boom, and Boyce, 1, 2, and 3, Racing Case and back to the 4 spot. In and out of this second corner. Boom is right on the back wheel. We got the showdown coming all the way back at us. Little outside exit of the corner for Davidson, going to make it nice and easy for Boom. Going to set up that inside line for him all the way back at us. Davidson trying to set up a high-low. We got a drag race all the way back to the stripe. See what we got coming all the way back at us. Davidson going to try to stay right close, looking like Boom. Davidson, Boyce, 2 and 3. 53 is the motor number. 11-year-old experts got Jack Attack, Licktie, Landon Dudley, and Hector Laredo Jr. Got Licktie and Laredo out front 1 and 2. Dudley back to the 3 spot. All the Freaky Fast codes to Lick. Been out front in just about every class he's run tonight, sitting out front. Laredo trying to make something happen, hanging right in the hip pocket as we go in and out of this third and final corner. Landon Dudley hanging back to the 3 spot, all the way back at us. Total points on this one. 1s all the way across the board for Licktie. We have Laredo's home track tomorrow. We're going to go Laredo for the 2 spot, Dudley for the 3. 54 is the motor number. 12-year-old experts got Taylor, Carson, and Couts. Silent Assassin front right now. A little bit of airtime out of Couts, but it's all the Silent Assassin out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Going to go Logan Carson sitting out front for the 1 spot right now. The Nightmare back to the 2 spot. Couts for the 3. Cut a tire down. Lost 1 on the first straightaway. Going to go Carson, Taylor, Couts, 1, 2, 3 on that one. Got Hingle, Strike, Ashley, Neal, Hattie, Staten, Kurritz, and Wiseman. Got Fly sitting out front right now. Beckett Strike back to the 2 spot. Got Hingle and Ashley, 2, 3, 4. All the way back down the line. Got Wiseman picked up over there on the first straightaway. Thought we cut a tire. He's back up and rolling. But all the way back at us on the World 4 for the Full Tilt Radio crew. Going to go Fly all the way back to the line. Going to go Staten, Strike, and Hingle, 1, 2, and 3 out of your 14 expert main event.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
57's the motor number. 15-year-old experts got Penny, Deal, and Kennedy. El Capitan for the Bicycle Shack crew, looking like Jasper Kennedy sitting out front on this one. The Bumblebee sitting right back to the 2 spot. That's Braden Deal. Evan Penny on back to the 3 spot as we come down in and out of the second corner. Deal trying to hang nice and close, but Kennedy's out to make a statement tonight. Didn't quite have the open go the way he wanted. Said, I'll just win class instead. It's all good. As we go in and out of the third and final corner, still in Ag 15 for the Bicycle Shack crew, looking like Kennedy sitting out front. All the way back at me, going to go the Bumblebee Deal for the 2 spot, Penny for the 3 out of 57. 58's the motor number. 17, 20-year-old experts got Madden, Blake, Jonjovic, and Tolfrey. Sugar Sean Madden sitting out front right now. Speed Racer and Tolfrey on the outside. They're going to go side into the second corner. Tolfrey going right around the outside line. Had just enough momentum. Jumped a hair lower, and that's all she wrote right there. Madden grabbed up the whole shot. Had the lead down the 2 straightaway. Tolfrey said, I got something to say about that. All the way back at us. That's how they're going to go. Going to go Tolfrey for the 1 spot. Sugar Sean Madden for the 2 spot. And Jordan Blake for the 3.
Okay, riders, random start.
What a race.
Ready, watch the gate.
Last moto of the night, 59's the motor number. 26, 35-year-old experts got Darren Nash, Andrew Rao, John Rimmer, and Austin Freaky Fast McCann. McCann sitting back to the 4 spot, looking like Nash and Rouse sitting out on the 1-2 right now. Rimmer back to the 3 spot, McCann for the 4. Oh, it's all pumping. Yeah. Once he gets momentum, man. Looking like Nash and Rouse out on the 1-2. Rimmer to the 3 spot. McCann seeing if he can make a little something happen. Hi, Austin. Oh, going to go right around the outside for the 3 spot as we go in and out of turn number 3. Looking like Darren Nash for the Purple Heart Racing Crew all the way back at me. Going to go Nash, Rouse, and McCann 1, 2, and 3. That'll do it, everybody, for a little Friday night racing out at Blue Springs BMX. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Volunteers, thank you for your help. We hope to see you all tomorrow out at Raytown BMX. Tomorrow's the Gold Cup, yeah? State qualifier, that's what I thought. All right.